This campaign, we're going to be calling it Mythic Odysseys, because it is combining the published adventure Odyssey of the Dragonlords with a lot of stuff from Mythic Odysseys of Theros and some extra stuff that I wanted to add to Odyssey of the Dragonlords, but I didn't in my first playthrough. The first playthrough is still ongoing and still happening on Monday nights, but this is essentially a different telling of the story, focusing on a different group of characters and what happened for them. So kind of like the Saltmarsh Sun, Saltmarsh Moon situation, but slightly different. This time around, we're going to be using a lot of stuff from Giffyglyphs, super controversial 4th edition, 5th edition hybrid rules. We're going to be getting sick from potions. We're going to be taking injuries when we get to 0 health. We're going to be gaining exhaustion from those injuries. We're going to critically fail skills, critically pass skills, assuming we beat it by a margin of 10 or more. Critical hits, I finally settled on, they just do a shitload of damage. All the work I put into like the critical effects system, all the playtesting I did with it, they were very lackluster, and they just added like fiddly bits to track on top of too many fiddly bits that we already had to track. So I just changed it. When you get a critical hit, your base damage is max, and your then you get your extra damage dice on top of that. So critical hits just hit really hard. That's how we're going to handle critical hits. So no crazy disembowelment or anything like that. There will be monsters in this campaign that will have such abilities, and they will telecast such abilities before they use them, a la Monster Hunter. So before Behemoth summons down this meteor, he lets you know, I'm going to summon down my meteor. Thanks to Popcorn Initiative, which we're using, you should be able to get out of the way in time to not be hit by that meteor. If you decide to stay there and tank that meteor, God bless. God bless. So lots of neat stuff that we're doing this time around. All right. Any questions before we go ahead and get started? I mean, we had a nice session 0 last week, so hopefully there's no questions left, but maybe.
I feel fully prepared from that session 0, honestly.
Okay, great. Then let's just jump into it. So, in the world of Thylea, which we have discussed at great lengths, a beautiful flat Earth, isolated from the rest of the multiverse, protected by magical barriers, it also has the side effect of being a little bit of a Bermuda Triangle situation. So, new people like Sibo, for example, find themselves sucked in and trapped in the world of Thylea. Now, in the world of Thylea, you've got your settlers and you've got your natives, and they have a tentative peace that has been going on for centuries at this point. But that will eventually come to a close. So the campaign is starting in the year 499 CE in the 12th day of Metreon. You guys have been summoned for whatever reason to go to this sort of Martha's Vineyard vacation resort known as the Sour Vintage. It's east of Astoria and kind of at the edge of civilization, butting up against the northern part of the Oldwood and the southern parts of the Heartlands. It is a wild and free area, but the hilly wooded land is very fertile for growing olives and grapes, and so brave settlers have set up a number of vineyards and farmlands and whatnot. The Sour Vintage serves as sort of a hub of trade and I guess civilization amongst all these far spread communities in this sort of Southern Heartlands area. So, I know many of you hail from Mitros. Mitros is the largest city on the mainland. Some might say on the world. I know that one of you is likely coming from the Ancient Grove, which is the center of activity for the Druids. So we're just going to go like round robin, and you could explain how you received your message. The most popular way of delivering mail in this setting is via. Hold on, my brain is just malfunctioning. Sirens. So the winged sirens like to deliver the mail. Sirens, of course, are avian-like beings, more person than bird, but definitely winged humans who have a lot of bird-like qualities. They have no real homeland of their own anymore, and so often they travel as messengers, so that they can use their wings to see the world and explore and see each other, that sort of thing. So, Sibo, how did your letter come to you? How did you receive the letter, and what route would you have taken to get to the Sour Vintage? The most popular and safest route would have been over land. It would have been a long journey of almost a week of traveling up along the river, around the mountains to Astoria, and then past Astoria through the rocky hilllands that are there to the Sour Vintage. The other option, of course, would be to charter a ship to go along the coast, drop you off south of the Old Woods, and then make the treacherous journey through the Old Woods to the Sour Vintage.
Sibo is afraid of water somewhat, so he would have tried to avoid that at all costs. And upon ending a lovely night of drinking, most likely with Julian, a siren would have found Sibo there in a tavern or leaving a tavern. And
All right,
taken,
fair enough.
Yeah, land.
Okay. So jumping over to Julian, same question. Would you have kind of gotten your letter at the same time? Just traveled, a week or so overland to reach the Sour Vintage?
Yes, there would have been a protracted argument where Julian was trying to convince Sibo it's going to be much faster if we just go by boat. Plus, it's going to be more comfortable. I don't like roughing it.
Oftentimes,
but
boat comes
probably
with
when we got to the docks, Sibo would have freaked out, so we would have gone overland.
Okay, fair. All right. Let's see. Maya, would you just have traveled north from the Ancient Grove? Seems like a straight route for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have received the letter from a siren. The siren was probably on their way to Mitros through the woods, and I would have picked it up, hanged out in the grove for a little while, and then made my way towards the Sour Vintage.
All right, sounds good. Let's see. Andronikos. Same question. Are you operating out of Mitros? Would have received the letter, and then would you have traveled by coast or by trade route?
So Andronicus takes straight to the letter because he's very currently sort of morose but determined.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't really have anywhere to put that determination. So as soon as he gets any sort of direction, he seizes it immediately. And I feel like he would take the quickest route.
Okay, so traveling via the coast and then kind of risking a more dangerous journey through the Old Wood.
Right.
Okay, fair. And Orin, same question. You're operating out of Mitros or the surrounding countryside?
Yeah, Orin would have returned from his shift, patrolling around the outskirts of Mitros. He would have gotten back to like one of these Mitraean tavernas early in the morning hours. One of the serving girls probably would have had the message that was left overnight. He would have picked that up, and then he'd probably head out, pay his collect his last wages, and then begin heading to the Sour Vintage, probably trade route.
All right, sounds good. So, whichever way you chose to travel, destiny and plot being what they are, you guys arrive roughly the same time at the Sour Vintage. So let me take you over to that map. Let's see. We'll do that. And then, do we have a journal entry for the sour vintage? Let me double check. Oh, also let me know if when things are loading, if they don't load, just like Roll20, if they don't load or they load weird or everything loads with no dynamic lighting, just refresh your browser is the best way to handle that.
It looks like this one loaded up fine.
Okay, great. All right. Sweet. So, as you guys arrive, oh geez, it did not load well for me. Hold on, let me refresh it. As you guys arrive, you see other travelers approaching along the road. Orin, you suspected that maybe the two fellows ahead of you were also headed to the same destination. You'd seen them a couple of times while you were traveling, but never really had the occasion to close the distance with them. But as you got closer to your destination, you began to kind of pick up speed. Maya, I don't know if perhaps you and Andronikos ran into each other on the way here, since you both would have been traveling through the Old Wood. Regardless, each of you comes out into view of the Sour Vintage. It is a sprawling complex, a massive tavern and inn, 2 stories tall, that features a number of different events and activities for people to participate in. Since it is used by the surrounding community as sort of a community center and a place of trade, and also a place of recreation. It is very popular for the people of Astoria to come out to the Sour Vintage to sort of get away from the quote unquote city life. Now, you guys hailing from Mitros know that Astoria is barely a city. It is more like a very big town that calls itself a city. You guys come from a legit huge ass city. So coming all the way out here, it is for the city dwellers very, very rustic. Maya, for you, this is a pretty big building, and it's a pretty big concentration of people all in one place. So, as the afternoon sun, it is a beautiful day, clear skies. It's a little chilly, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And it is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so the sun is kind of heading towards the horizon at this point. So let's do an establishing shot of each person. So this is the camera sort of panning over, up, etc. Of your character, and what do we see? So let's start with Andronikos.
All right. So Andronikos is a Triton.
Mm-hmm.
So Andronikos is a Triton, which means he's very sort of fish-like in appearance, but also humanoid. Not quite humanoid fish as much as like a Lakatha is, but he definitely gets those underwater vibes. He has very piercing blue eyes. He's dressed in very nice-looking armor. He carries a shield and a trident on his back, and he is very. There's a certain melancholy about him, but he also has been very diligent in pressing forward towards this meeting.
Mm. All right. The camera moves from. Is it going to be Andronikos or Andronicus? Like, how should we?
Just Andronikos is fine.
Andronikos? Okay. The camera pans over to Orin. What do we see when we see Orin for the first time?
All right, so you see walking down the road, the man is sporting a muscular build, wearing leather armor, carrying a massive bronze round shield at his side. Upon first glance, his countenance is indistinguishable from a Maitreyan centurion, though a keen eye will notice that his spear and shield are chipped in places, and that his leather armor has been mended by an amateur's hand. In the same glance, it also becomes apparent that the shield is strapped to what looks like a rough imitation of a forearm, bearing no fingers and crafted from wood. It's clear that this man has lost an arm, beginning at the elbow. In addition, he bears a heavy pack loaded down with all manner of gear.
Okay. The camera then travels over to the mysterious masked woman exiting the old wood. What do we see when we see Maya?
You see a athletic build woman stepping from out of the woods, brushing her white robes, and as the camera pans up towards her face, you see a wooden mask with a etching of a golden tree.
All right. Camera travels over to where a medium-sized person would be. Camera looks left and right, and then quickly begins to pan down on Sibo. So what do we see when the camera pans over to Sibo?
Yeah, as a halfling, he might be 3 foot tall. Fully bearded, got his belly's pushing out on that leather armor down around his midsection, and if your passive perception isn't higher than or lower than a 2, you might notice he is missing fingers. He's got a torn up ear, missing some toes because he doesn't have shoes. He's kind of just wrapped, but he doesn't do anything to hide it either. It's just it is what it is. But yeah.
Okay. And then finally, the camera travels over to Julian. So what do we see for the establishing shot of Julian?
Julian is twice the height of his halfling companion. What he is. Olive dark skin, black, luscious curly locks. And if you look at his face, what draws your attention are his eyes. He's got lovely eyes. And he's well dressed, but if you were to study how his clothes are kept, they're perhaps not the latest style. A little bit worn, a little bit frayed, but they're well cared for. But he certainly gives the impression of all the trappings of being well off. But if you stare at it close enough, you realize that illusion doesn't quite hold up. But he is a handsome fellow. Strikes quite an appearance when you first meet him, and he just has a sort of just the barest of a smirk on his face most of the time.
All right. Each of you kind of stops and maybe for the first time really notices the other travelers. There's a feeling that kind of passes over you that these other individuals are here for a very similar reason. As you size each other up, you look towards the entrance to the Sour Vintage, and you can hear the sound of tavern music making its way out into the afternoon air. Maybe. Let's see.
I've said it for a week, and I'll continue saying it. You cannot drown on land. That's it. I'm done talking about this.
We're not done talking about it, Sibo. You can drown on land. It's just you have to be creative about it. It would have been far more comfortable traveling by sea than roughing it these past several days.
What I'm hearing is that you can drown on land because you are creative about it. That's what I'm hearing.
We'll have to agree to disagree.
All right. Let's see if this is working.
And
All right,
Jonathan
you listen to these two.
overhears this,
Yeah.
and he says, "Well, you could just try breathing underwater. You don't have to worry about drowning that way."
Brilliant. See, that's a creative way not to drown in water. I still
Yes,
prefer
but-
the land. The land is still better. I don't care.
Sibo, you're a constant source of amusement. And yet, do you possess skills like this gentleman over here?
Not yet. Hello,
Constant
friend.
source of amusement.
My name is Sibo, friend. How are you? I don't know how I picked up your accent. I apologize about that. Hello, friend. My name is Sibo. How are you?
I'm as well as can be expected. And Andronicus is the name. And he sort of reaches down to shake your hand.
Well, it will be awkward because of the missing fingers, but he does so. Don't mind them. I lost them many years ago.
I think it's rather
Oh.
difficult to mind them if they're not there.
So a cool thing we could do in Foundry is when multiple people are talking to each other, I can Shift Z up the minis, and you can actually have multiple Shift Z things open at the same time.
Oh man, the possibilities.
Right? So it's like one of the Atlas games, you know what I'm saying, with the 2D art. They're like talking to each other, or whatever. So yeah, we could throw that stuff up when people are talking to each other, and just kind of move them around your screen. Close them if you don't want to look at them. But I mean, who doesn't want to look at this handsome boy?
No,
Oh my
that.
goodness! Oh
It's
my
the lips.
goodness!
It's the lips. I see.
All right.
I'd
Yeah.
rather do it for me.
You hear the sound of music coming from inside, and the raucous sounds of laughter, cheering from this open door over here. You could hear the sound of cheers, and apparently there is some kind of fight going on. It sounds like some people are beating the crap out of each other. You hear the sound of fist pounding into meat. And people cheering, drinks being poured, the whole deal. The delicious smell of goat and other meat kind of comes wafting out from this nearby window. Overall, this establishment has a feeling of comfort and prosperity all about it.
Well, I suppose we should make our way inside.
Okay.
I do believe I hear the sound of gold calling my name. If you'll excuse me, gentlemen. And Julian will give a short bow, and he will stride in and try to find the nearest bookie.
Okay.
And what exactly was in the letter we received, by the way? I probably should.
Yeah, so the letter that each of you received essentially states that you have been summoned by Versi the Oracle to have your future told and your questions answered. But there is a small trial that must be overcome before you can meet with her. That trial will be audited by a hired bard, essentially.
Okay.
The person's name is Kyra, which oddly enough is very similar in spelling to Kira, the goddess of music, but totally different names. So.
Orm will stride forward to say, waving his left hand in the air, say, "Hail then, have you all been assigned here as well?"
Yes. We're here for the trial, right? Also, something? The summoning and the trial, and I assume that we will find this person within.
That would be the assumption, yes.
Yeah.
We
I was
shouldn't
assuming
tarry.
As they are talking, Maya's just standing up, staring at the building in awe.
Fair.
I just watched Julian walk in, and well, he doesn't waste any time, I suppose. I guess let's go, Sibo.
Yes, up to you.
Sorry, the rest of you, Orin and Maya, Andronicus.
A pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
All right,
Or I'll
Julian,
give a
as you walk
short
in,
military battle.
you see that yes, this is in fact a fighting arena of sorts. There are two combatants. They are slugging it out, kind of stripped down to their undergarments and wrestling / punching each other. From the stains, you can tell that this place sees a lot of bloodshed. This guy behind the counter, he looks a little sinister, but he smiles at you as you enter, and he says, my friend, welcome to this hour of vintage. You were called by the sounds of violence, yes? It is too late to bet on this round, but please, partake of some wine and enjoy the many sights and entertainments. If you perhaps would like to bet on the next round, I will take care of all of your needs. All right. Looking around the room, you see that there's a off-duty hoplite. There's a lady who looks like she came out of a painting. There's a lady that looks kind of bored, but secretly she's way into wrestling. She's like way into it. You see this old dude. Yeah, this guy is just talking at length about their fighting techniques. This is like the backseat driver kind of thing. He's like yelling at the fighters that they're doing everything wrong. This lady right here, she's definitely like one of those hardcore WrestleMania fans. Like she is at the edge of her stool. Yeah, she's thinking about picking up a stool, running in there and hitting somebody with it. She's way into it. This lady right here, towering, 6 foot tall, she is watching sagely as the fight is going on. And this big boy over here, he is watching with inquisitive eyes, taking in the combat as it is happening. You can see that he does have a little bit of a distance between him, being a pure-blooded Minotaur. He definitely takes up some space. The combatants for their efforts are a little on the small side. It's kind of a featherweight match here, and so less of the heavyweight holding each other up, and more of the rolling around and punching each other in the kidneys. Some dirty fighting for sure. All right. They continue fighting on the grounds, and the crowd, small but interested, continues to cheer them on. This guy pours drinks. It is only, for the house wine, it is only a single lepta for a small bowl of wine. We only use 2 coins in this whole campaign. Drachme is gold, lepta is silver. So throw all your copper in the trash. Well, no, you might find other coinage, because this is a weird place. But all that would essentially be given to like a money lender in a major city or a collector, and they would transfer it out for regular money. So
yeah, just the 2 coins. The whole realm operates on only a 2-coin system. These 2 coins get passed around to everyone.
Well, not literally 2 coins, but 2 types of coins.
That's what I heard as well.
Too late.
Yeah.
Yep, it's official.
We're not going to end up with no Acquisitions Incorporated economy, okay? So let's abandon all hope of that happening. All right, so seeing all of you come in, this guy looks even more excited, and he says, you must have come here as a group. Please, partake of everything we have to offer. There are fights, there are drinks. If you would prefer some gambling, we have that as well. Games of chance, games of skill, foods, and more foods. Whatever you require, we can provide it for you.
Well, we didn't so much arrive as a group as we just all arrived at the same time and came in together.
We entered as a group, but we did not arrive as a group.
All right. Finally, this lady grabs this dude around like the crotch and the neck as she pick him up, and she just kind of Zangief like pile drives him into the ground, and he's done skis.
Andronicus is leaning back on the bar, watching.
All
And he
right.
just
She
says, "Oh, I kind of thought that was going to go the other way."
she heads over to the bar, grabs a bowl of wine, downs the whole thing, slams the bowl down, and she motions to the barkeep. All right, give me my money. And he kind of grouses a bit, and he starts fishing through. And you see other people kind of looking over, impressed. This guy's just kind of laying there, half conscious, bleeding on the stones. Yeah. So the focus kind of turns to you guys.
Concern is, you gonna be all right?
Yes, he'll be fine. We'll give him a few minutes to catch his breath.
Can Oren like do a medicine from afar? Just kind of give him like a cursory glance, make sure they're not actually like dying on the ground.
Sure. The first roll of the whole campaign. So give me a blind roll. Before we go any further, everybody from last week, you have your Daredevil icon ready to go for your blind rolls?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Nope.
I have blindly rolled it. I used the macro.
Yeah, that guy's in pretty bad shape. Somebody should probably help him out.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
just gonna-
I used the macro, so I was able to see it, even though I definitely clicked the
saw it too.
Daredevil.
I can see it though.
Oh, really? Okay. Did it let you toggle on blind roll when you went to roll it?
Oh,
Under roll mode,
yeah.
you do the drop down and choose blind roll DM.
There.
All right, I'll roll it again. Blind. Okay, yeah, that's why.
Oh
I
no,
messed it
no,
up
that's
in my
fine.
head
That's
a
fine.
little bit.
It's a good roll to start the campaign with.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright.
he's in bad shape. He definitely needs some medical attention.
Yeah, I'll
I
kind of
just
look at the.
just drop a point of lay on hands on it.
Oh, okay, right on.
Oh, okay, baller. All right.
Somebody takes notes.
His wounds begin to close, and he looks around, sort of confused, and he looks up at you, and he kind of flinches away a little bit because he was not expecting a fish dude this far from the ocean. But finally he says, "Oh, thank you. She's much tougher than she looks." And he kind of goes to stand and staggers a bit.
You okay, friend? Then I'm going to catch him, sort of arm across.
Yeah, he's not too proud after getting his butt kicked to get a hand up from whoever helped him. So he kind of staggers to his feet, and he says, you are a scaly one. Yes. You are one of Sidon's servants. The Tritons, yes. There have been many Tritons who have begun to live in Mitros now that Sidon has grown in popularity.
I am, and yes, I'm a Triton. We're not all Sidon's people. Some of us, it's fine. And then I'm just gonna sort of, the
man looks confused, and he says, "There's, I meant no offense. Sidon is a great warrior. It is completely respectable to be a servant of Sidon."
A great warrior and also a great warmonger.
Oh man, this
As we're
guy's
talking,
eyes,
I'm just gonna
his
be
eyes go
walking
wide.
over
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Well,
and there's
I'm
kind
leaving.
of a hush. There's kind of a hush from the crowd when you say that.
I'm not shouting this.
yeah. I got you. But you kind of have everyone's attention. You at the middle of the ring.
I stand in the middle of the ring. I hold my arms up to my side and I say, "Book Sidon!"
Oh God, did you really?
No.
Okay. The man says, "Well, I suppose, but we are in a time of peace. There are no wars to be had, friend, except the ones we make against those filthy Arisians."
But are we near there?
Oh, now Arisia's way south, way south. They got their own little peninsula down there.
Where we were then.
Are we closer
Yeah.
to Astoria then? Is that?
Either way, I want to.
Yeah, you guys are a couple of days east of Astoria. Okay, sure. He chuckles, and you guys head over to the bar to get a drink. All right. So let me check in. Maya, what are you up to?
I'm heading over to this lady who body slam that guy in Axner.
Oh yeah.
How'd you do that?
She kind of looks at you and sees your mask and kind of narrows her eyes a bit and says, I picked him up and then I put him back down.
She nods.
Poetic.
Maya nods. Okay. All right.
She kind of chuckles a bit and she says, I mean, I used my skill as a fighter. He overextended himself and was overconfident. I just took opportunities that were made available.
I see.
You are a masked stranger. Why all of this? And she kind of motions at the mask and the headdress and all that.
It has to do with where I'm from.
Oh. All right. Wait. And she kind of narrows her eyes. Are you some sort of nymph? Yes, you must be. In Ori, with the wind. That is why, even though you are indoors, I can see your scarf, your headdress moving about as the wind constantly follows you.
Yeah.
Your
I've been
mask
found
must
out.
be to hide your beauty. It is a smart idea. Don't worry. And she winks at you. Your secret is safe with me.
Maya nods. Thank you.
Oh, to make the blind macro, you're gonna go to the book tab on the right hand side of the screen.
Crash, I was trying to do it like.
Oh no worries, no worries. This is the first session. We got go to the
journal
book
one?
tab. Yeah,
Oh,
and then
no,
you're
there
gonna
we go.
yep. And then there's macros that you should be able to drag it down. There's also a light one too. So, all right, let me check in. Sibo, what are you up to?
Just kind of watching, looking around, just kind of seeing what everybody's doing, how people are acting. Are they interacting, talking, drinking? Chuckled at the astutely stated, pick them up and put him back down. Just kind of taking it all in from like a. I'm just trying to absorb it. Absorb the. I've never been here, so this is something for me to learn.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. You come from a pretty tough world, like old world is kind of what I'm picking up when I hear about your homeland. So
Yes.
this probably seems overly ostentatious and maybe a little self-indulgent to have a place where people go just to have fun. Maybe. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, fair. So Orin, what are you up to then?
Well, Orin would have spent a little bit of time sizing up the Minotaur, just seeing what he's up to, if he's thinking about stepping into the ring or not.
Oof.
And then beyond that,
With your experience as a soldier, right? That's your background?
yeah,
Yeah. You think that fighting this Minotaur would be a very difficult task. He looks very, very beefy.
he just wants to see what a Minotaur in the ring can do. He's not gonna get in himself.
Fair.
But beyond that, I guess he'd be looking for obvious markers of rank on this guy down here. 'Cause
Okay.
I guess he looks like a soldier, right?
Correct.
He was an off-duty hoplite.
Are you wearing your helmet inside, sir?
Now you recognize his heraldry as being from Astoria, and they are not as what's the way to put it, organized as Mitros.
I
Probably
wouldn't
because
even-
King Pythor is a very wild man. So everybody just kind of is in the army. If you live in Astoria.
Yeah, Warren wouldn't bother speaking with that guy.
Okay. Yeah, this guy kind of looks half asleep on his stool too. So he's just kind of, like he's had way too many bowls of wine at only 3 in the afternoon. Which, by the way, I should have totally started the clock. What am I doing here? There we go. Because the clock actually passes time in real time. Look at that shit. Amazing. All right, Julian. What are you up to then?
Julian would draw forth 3 coins, place them on the bar, and say, 3 bowls of wine, please.
All right. The barkeep smiles, and he does a dramatic, like, plop, plop, plop with one hand as he moves his hand, and 3 bowls kind of drop out of his hands in a row. And then, sort of Tom Cruise cocktail in it, going for a super old reference there. He takes the ceramic jug, and he gives it a shake. And then, I mean, what do you think he was going to spin it or something? And then he just pours 3 bowls of wine for you. The three coins disappear.
Julian will scoop up the bowls of wine, and he will swagger over to the 2 women at the corner of the pit there, place 1 in front of each of them, and 1 before himself, and he'll sit between them and the Minotaur, and he will introduce himself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the women take the pro-offered bowls of wine. The larger one taking the wine, and it looks very small in her hands. And the shorter woman takes the wine and nods to you and says, "Thank you so much. May I have the pleasure of your name?"
You may. My name is Julian. I'm Julian of Mitros. Perhaps you've heard of me. But more importantly, I have not heard of you.
Julian of Mitros. Julian of Mitros. Are you the same Julian who single-handedly talked down a centaur raiding party from burning down a village?
One and the same.
Oh.
I see my reputation precedes me.
And he gives a big shit-eating grin.
They say that you are a child of the gods. Is that also true?
Perhaps.
He just sort of waves his hand at that, but who's to say?
Okay. She kind of seems a bit like disappointed when you say that. You can't tell if she's disappointed that you are or are not a child of the gods. But she kind of smiles politely and nods to you. You hear a snort next to you, and the Minotaur says, "Where's my bowl of wine, godling?"
Julian will turn over and smile up at him and say, "I'm sorry. We haven't been introduced. I'm Julian, and you are?"
He kind of looks down at you, and he's like, "I'm called Alistair."
What a unique name for such a unique fellow. Taking the fight, were you?
There is no one here who would fight me. Look around. They fear me. And you look around. And most of them are just kind of happy afternoon drunk. Nobody looks like they're too scared of him.
Well, I'm afraid I can't help you there, my friend. But I did come in with a couple of large fellows over there. Perhaps if you ask them nicely, they'll interest you in a tumble.
This woman who you were speaking to seems to have already finished her bowl of wine, which is pretty impressive, and says, "So you're not a fighter then? You only talk your way out of problems?"
My dear, I'm a lover, not a fighter. But you seem to have a keen eye for talent. What say you giving me the inside scoop on some of these strapping lads and lasses? Might be worth something to us all if we combine our efforts.
Well, there are 2 very talented woodsmen drinking at the bar inside. They apparently have work tomorrow and do not want to risk an injury, so they are not fighting. There's a group of hunters and heroes in the northern gaming room. They are drowning their sorrows after a failed hunt for the boar. And as she says that, a lot of people get real quiet, and like the murmuring kind of starts. And even the Minotaur Alistair kind of looks out, looks out into the distance like, oh shit, like he's having Vietnam flashbacks a little bit.
Is this something that we would have heard of, or Julie would have heard of more specifically?
You may have heard rumors on the road that giant boar have been terrorizing the Southern Heartlands, assisted by horribly evil fey creatures known as goatlings. They, they're burning crops. They're stealing pets. They're murdering livestock. Shitting on your front doorstep. Taking all your left sandals. That kind of stuff.
Terrible.
And she continues to eye you, and then you could kind of see that she's sort of taken her measure of you and is kind of done. She looks over at the others to the south and says, "What are these that came with you? They seem strong, a bit broken, but serviceable. If you really want to make some money, fair Julian, why not convince them to fight Alistair? I'm sure he wouldn't mind a team up." And Alistair kind of chuckles deep in his rumbly throat. "Yes, maybe you could join them and tell them a funny story as I destroy them."
Oh. Well, I don't think I know any funny stories that would amuse you, my good friend. And he sort of pats Alistair's knee.
All right, fair.
But I'll take that under advisement.
Over here to the south, Andronicus and Orin, you watch this Julian guy. He's like flirting with ladies, mad macking over there. He's flirting with Minotaurs, he's patting arms, he's doing all that stuff. As he looked over at you, and the blonde lady looked over at you, and the Minotaur looked over at you, you guys got that bad feeling. You got a bad feeling, like they were talking about you.
I poke Orin in the stomach with my elbow, and I say, "I've got a bad feeling about this."
It's no problem.
Right.
We're not formally with him. If he gets himself into trouble, it's on him.
Fair
You
enough.
can always find another smooth talker.
Fair enough. You up for a friendly bout? I see you've got that armor, and it looks like you've used it, and those the weapon and shield certainly look to have undergone use as well. I was just curious.
Yeah, I'd be all right with that.
Steve-O, you are chatting with this lady. She is amused by your forwardness and your
Entertainingness.
Yeah, your small stature, but your bold confidence that goes with it. And she does use some of her winnings to offer to buy you another bowl of wine.
Ooh. Yes, I would. Yes, I would take that.
Okay. Maya, you see these two kind of clump together conspiratorially. You see this Julian guy was making buddy over here, but now he's moving through the crowd. What are you up to?
I was heading towards the bar to see if they had any grapes for sale.
Oh, fair. Okay.
Purple grape.
As you're heading towards the bar, this Julian guy, he just kind of mansplain, like walks right in front of you. Like he's heading to talk to these other guys. It's a guys' party. He's doing guy stuff. And then you finally are able to reach the bar. Yeah, you ask about grapes. The bartender eyes you with a knowing look, and he says, I will send for some. Do not worry. Just a moment. And he kind of heads over, opens this door here. He shouts into the other room for some grapes. Blah, 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 blah. And then heads back to you. All right. So they only serve the grapes with cheese and olives as sort of a platter, and it's going to be a single lepta.
She questions herself for a second and then puts down the lepta.
All right. Yeah. In time, a serving person will arrive with said grapes, drop them off for you, and all that good stuff. Meanwhile. What's going on down here? It's like a miniature hero huddle. Julian, Andronicos, and Orin. What's going on over here?
Julian is trying to get the attention of Andronicus and Orin, and
Okay.
And apparently they were assuming that Julian was looking for the makings of an orgy.
Ancient Greece.
It's those eyes you mentioned. It's those eyes you mentioned. So.
The eyebrows.
Julian will give a smile at the suggestion and say, "No, perhaps later. But more importantly, what would you say to making a bit of money?" That big boy over there is itching for a fight. Perhaps you might be able to entertain him safely in the arena, and the outcome is a foregone conclusion. Yes.
Oren's probably learned about these like minotaurs. Like this guy looks pretty heavily armored. How many soldiers would a typical minotaur be able to take on if they're equally trained? Like, would this be something that I'd kind of have a gauge for? Is it 3, 10?
Wow. Yeah. So if this Minotaur was to be quantified at a number between 1 and 20, per se, go ahead and give me, because of your background, your class, all that, give me a blind roll for investigation to see if you could size them up.
All right.
Okay. Gosh, yeah. I mean, you could probably take him. He's big, but he can't be that tough.
Okay. So I'm assuming like two or 3 would be enough with a minute for a minotaur. All right. Okay. What are the terms?
I figure we pull our resources, make the fight look good. You give, avoid the minimum amount of pain, and we make out like bandits on the winning side.
It's not pain I'm worried about. We came here to do a job. We can't turn up dead to the Oracle. We're no use to her then.
Julian kind of roll his eyes at
Are you
that.
saying that we should lose on purpose?
Don't lower your voice. I'm not suggesting that you lose. I'm suggesting that the outcome is a foregone
You're just suggesting that
conclusion
you
in
have no
our end.
faith in us.
Julian's gonna kind of face palm a little bit, massage his eyebrows, and just look at Andronicus and say, "You clearly have no tact."
I turn
you
to
don't
Oren
want to
and I
have a-
go, either way, not very polite.
All right,
I'm
then.
not known for my politeness. I'm known for other skills.
Your eyebrows, yes.
You want no part in it. That is your loss.
Well, let's get it on then. Oren's gonna put down his backpack and start getting his armor ready.
Okay.
Andronicus, despite his teasing, does the same.
All right. So this guy looks over at you and he says, great warriors. I see the look in your eyes. I see and feel the intent of your battle passion. Will you be fighting today in the ring?
Put 2 down for him. And as I'm slapping my shield on, I'm pointing backwards to the Minotaur.
Oh!
I look over towards Sibo and I'm like, little one, you care to join us?
2.5.
All right, there is a chuckle amongst the crowd when you say 2.5. And this lady reaches down and rumples his beautiful curly locks and says, yes, I would love to see you fight such a great warrior. Do not be ashamed to have friends. He is training for the great games, you see. Alistair is a up-and-coming champion.
What are the rules?
Okay. The barkeep is like, it's simple. Do not kill anyone. We do not want to have to deal with that mess. Try not to maim each other, but accidents happen. Basically, if you agree to not use magic, you should not use any magic. If you do agree to use magic, then please do not burn down our humble establishment. Really, it just comes down to what you and your opponents feel comfortable with.
In that case,
This is not a formal arena or a great city. These are people enjoying an afternoon of wine and entertainment. Sport.
This is legal, right?
He smiles. He says, these lands, the Southern Heartlands, they fall under the rule of King Pythor. And then everybody kind of smiles with a big shit-eating grin.
And excuse me, ma'am. You get him to agree to magic. And I'll fight.
No magic. Straight fight.
Good
What's
luck,
the
fellas.
harm in some magic? Look, if that's his ability, then I think we should respect that.
I'm good at making fingers disappear as well. And I hold up my hand.
This woman stands to her full height of 5 foot and change, and then stands on her stool, which wobbles precariously, and declares, I will buy everyone here a round of drinks and dinner if Julian steps into the ring. And she stares at Julian and smiles.
What are we upping it to 3.5 then, or?
I think that makes it a 3. And he winks at Julian.
All right. This guy's like, he's like, are you planning to fight me? I would fight any who come. And he steps into the ring.
I mean, I was gonna issue some sort of formal declaration before we just sort of talked about all of this behind your back. But yeah, we'll honor you with a bout.
Come, fish stick. Come fight me.
All right. For some reason, Oren's confident that we can take this guy, so let's do it.
I've been called that since high school.
Sibo. All right.
Wait, was that a yes or a no on the magic?
I didn't hear a no. Therefore, I will go.
All right. So as he praises all of you, he says, I do not wish to be bamboozled with magics. This is a fight of muscle and skill. Do you wish to use weapons?
What
What do
weapon
you
is he
say
holding?
to self-magic rather than magic that is targeting you? No bamboozling of you, just sort of self-bamboozlement.
We will not use magic against each other, but you could use magic on yourself. Is that what you are saying?
Yes.
I must need to prepare myself for such things when the great games come. Yes, I will agree to this.
It's just our little friend here. He seems to only want to participate if he's able to use magic.
The
We
whole
would hate to
bar
deprive you of a great fight.
is looking over at Julian because Julian holds the keys to their free dinner and free wine. There are Betty eyes upon you, Julian.
Did Julian have to win to earn everybody free dinner and free wine, or just step into the ring?
This lady over here. Oh no, that's not a lady. Oh, sorry.
It's beautiful.
This lady over here shouts into the other room. Hey, get in here! There's gonna be this big fight, and they're giving out free food. And you hear many stools being pushed aside and tables being moved. As many people start coming into the room to watch.
What weapons is this guy using?
He has the traditional great axe, aka the level 1 killer. But he is willing to swap out for like a staff if you would prefer, or he could just fight barehanded if you want.
Orin's gonna flip around to the blunt end of his spear. So just use the flat end. I trust this guy's skill enough not to lop our heads off.
I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out like these leather toppers for the points on my trident, and stick those on there, and just sort of eye up the Minotaur and be like, I'd hate to poke an eyeball out or something.
All right.
This was the trial.
Julian is going to take off his cloak and his coat, and he's going to go and hand those things to the bartender. And if you could just make sure that you just set aside safely like those back in one piece. Thank you.
Oh, of course, sir. Do you have a next of kin that I should know about?
Julian just sort of pauses, looks over at him, shakes his head, and then walks down into the pit.
All right.
Fancy Boy is joining us.
Okay. Alistair
Stand behind me. I'll protect you.
Alistair kind of paces back and forth. He's doing his calisthenics, getting loose, getting limber.
Yeah, I'm sort of doing that like stretch in place thing, and then where do you like the little hop?
All right,
Orin's
fair.
checking his straps.
All right. I guess we're rolled to initiative. Maya, are you gonna participate, or are you just gonna watch?
I'm gonna watch.
Okay. Are you gonna secretly try to buff people during the fight, or are you just gonna let it play out and see what happens?
Maybe or maybe not.
Okay, then you should roll into initiative just in case. Just in case.
All right.
All right. So for this, I could either grab everybody and add them to initiative manually. Here we go. There we go. And so the fist tab, second one over. Go ahead and roll yourself in. There you go.
Hey, look at that.
And then we're using the popcorn initiative document in another window to track all this stuff. So
Meta, he did agree to non-lethal, right?
yeah, oh yeah, he's
Okay,
not gonna
all right.
he's not gonna kill you. He's not gonna kill you. So
Warren's confident we can take him.
all right.
What's the link to the document again?
Oh, it's bit.ly/PV popcorn. So bit.ly/PV popcorn. All right. It looks like Maya, you want initiative. So let me get some fighty music going, I guess. Hold on a second.
In some cultures where I'm from, this is actually a wedding ceremony.
Well, Sibo, if Lady Death comes calling, just say no to the proposal.
I make no promises.
All right, here we go.
Warren's gonna turn around to Sibo and nod at you. Wait till you see the vows.
All right. So Maya, you're starting things off for us. do you do anything with your turn? And after you do it, who do you pass initiative to?
Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do first is, actually for right now, yeah, I'll pass my turn to Sibo.
All right, Sibo, you feel that it is your turn as the adrenaline of battle begins to pump through your veins.
Okay. Sibo is not certain that he feels very good about this. But Sibo will, amazingly coming from this little man, run up yelling and whacking with my hammer.
Oh shit! Okay.
Which apparently I have yet to. Hold on, what's it?
Oh,
Zero
nice.
damage, guys. 0 damage.
You hit that dude so solid and so square right on the leg. Everyone like gasps at like the accuracy of your attack, and it just sort of makes kind of a squeaky toy noise as you hit him.
I look over at Warren and I'm like, "This is what you meant, right?"
There is sort of a murmur and a chuckle through the crowd. All right. Looking around, you see that Blondie has bloodlust in her eyes. She's waiting to see someone get decapitated. This woman is eyeing Sibo and has a big smile on her face, seeing that effort. Old man over here, he's drinking like his 14th. You can see from the look on his face, he's drinking his 14th bowl of wine, so he's very excited about that. All right. So, who do you pass play to, Sibo?
I will pass play to Andronicus.
Okay, Andronicus, you're up.
I spend the first 4 of my 6 seconds just eyeing Sibo.
Oh, we do have a +2. We do use +2 for flanking. Just as a reminder, we do use +2 for flanking.
Okay, and then in that case, I will move up to a flanking position.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna attack him with my
All right. WrestleMania style, Alistair just says, "Yes, bring the violence." Oh, look at those aquatic dice, because you were a Triton. That's hype.
Hell yeah!
All right, he takes the full damage, 9 points. As you kind of stab at him, you've affixed little blocks of wood to the trident, so you kind of give him a hard prod with it, and he kind of like lets out a chuff as you kind of hit him in the side, and he nods to you in approval.
Pass it.
Yeah.
All right.
He's definitely going to seize the initiative, though. He's definitely going to seize the initiative. Seeing that you are a tough guy, he's going to, he's going to go ahead and attack you. He's going to raise up his. It says Great Axe, but we'll just go with Maul here, so that it doesn't chop off anybody's heads, just breaks bones. So that's fine. Here we go. He's going to bring it down recklessly. All right, so a 20 for 12.
Dang.
Well, holy shit, it's 2d12 plus 4?
Yeah, NPC Minotaurs, man. NPC Minotaurs.
All right, well, I'm still up.
Okay. All right. Seeing that blow that this guy just took, everybody kind of gasps, and this blonde lady says, "Don't worry, Julian is there." And everyone begins a slow chant. Julian. Hearing that, Alistair will pass play to Julian.
All right. Julian is going to look at Alistair, look at Andronicus, just sort of serve the situation, mutter to himself, "What the bloody hell have I got myself into?" And he's going to run up to Andronicus, and he is going to hit him with a Cure Wounds.
Oh, okay. right. Oh, that's a beefy cure wounds. Nice. All right.
That is a lucky
look over at Julian, a little shocked, and thank you.
Oh, what does your magic look like? What is the particle effects, et cetera, that we're dealing with here?
Let's see. So Julian sort of muttering under his breath, and he reaches out, and his hands glow green, and he latches onto Andronicus' forearm. It's sort of, there's like a flash, and then you're seeing, where he got whacked really good. That's the wounds sewing back up, and the blood sort of reversing it's the trail on his body and going back into his body.
Oh, that's hype. Okay. All right. Who do you pass play to, Julian?
Oren.
All right, Oren, to you.
All right, Oren's going to step over Sibo here. Gonna move into a flank position behind this guy while he's focused on Andronicus, and I'll kind of try to drive the blunt end of my spear into like the back of his knee. That'll be advantage because he was reckless. 13.
13,
plus
but you
two.
get a flank. So with a +2, you do hit.
All right.
All right, another beefy hit.
Max
He
damage, let's go.
buckles a bit, kind of drops to one knee, and then he turns his head to face you. His eyes wild with battle lust.
Gotta get you ready for those games.
Also, he was reckless too, so these attacks are going to be at advantage till he gets his turn again. All right. He cannot steal initiative. Who do you give initiative to in round 2?
I'll pass to Sibo, and as I do, I'll kind of indicate to my belt where there's a dagger on my quick slot.
Okay.
All right. I back away. Well, I not back away, but I move over here without taking the dagger. And I pull out my own dagger, winking at Oren.
Okay.
And I hit him with my dagger.
All right.
You stand close to me, I can...
That is with flank. That is an 8. So you spend a lot of time showing him I have my own dagger, and then you just sort of like stab forward. It comes nowhere near the Minotaur.
I look at Andronicus again and go, like this?
Wait, here, come back so I can... If you come back, I can... Yeah, there you go.
See,
you gotta
what
be
you
within
don't know
5
is-
feet of me.
This dagger is a rubber dagger.
I can't do any shield stuff here. Not next to me, damn it. You just
All
dance
right.
away.
Who do you pass play to, Sibo?
No, that's... I wouldn't have known that. All right, I got that. Yeah. I need to figure out why that got a -2 on the damage. Andronicus.
Okay.
All right, I will once again spend the first seconds of my turn just looking at Sibo. And considering that maybe Sibo is some sort of performance artist, and like this is his shtick. Shake my head a little bit, and then I'll whip my trident around and smack the Minotaur across the side of the head to sort of keep his attention on me.
Yeah, 23 is going to hit. All right. You and Oren just kind of battering him between the two of you. His head keeps turning from side to side, growing increasingly more and more angry as he takes more damage. All right. Who do you... oh, he could steal initiative now. That's right. Because he took some damage. This is a fresh round. So he will... he's going to steal initiative, and he is going to... I guess I'll roll for it. Definitely not going to bother with Sibo, because Sibo is obviously like a child that you've brought with you on like a take your kid to work day. So, odd it was going to be Oren, even it was going to be Andronicus. Andronicus is going for you. So here we go. He will be... Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's going to be reckless. He's going to use Great Axe. Sorry, his maul. 24 for
Christ.
14 points of damage.
I think that's me down.
All right. As you go down, he raises his axe in the air, and he just kind of lets out like a bellowing roar. The crowd roars as well, but then they remember that unless Julian wins, they don't get free dinner. So they start to boo at the Minotaur, who looks like his feelings are hurt. All right. Oof. Okay. He's going to pass play to Julian.
All right. So I thought my Cure Wounds was like an inherent thing. I think that's other spells I'm getting myself confused on. So I guess I will reach down and cast Cure Wounds on Andronicus again.
Okay. All right. You get your shock paddles out, and you're gonna pop them back up. Fair enough. Having been dropped to 0, I think you get a lingering wound from that, right?
Fuck.
In this setting. So let's see. He hit you so hard that you just landed right on your back. And there was just sort of like the loud kind of thwack of like you hitting just flat against the stones.
So wait, so he like slammed into my shield, and instead of just like pushing me back, he just straight up threw me onto my back.
Yeah, he just knocked you just straight to the ground. Yep, he just took you straight to the ground. All right, but I think you're going to be back up in a second. Julian, are you dropping a heal on him?
I am.
All right.
Does that have a oof?
And Julian, what we could do with your demigod spells is we could set up a magic item that handles those so that they don't tax your spell slots.
Okay, we'll fix that.
I
Well, if it's either using a spell slot, I think it just doesn't count towards my spell list.
Oh, your spells
So
no.
it was
Gotcha.
either-
Okay.
Yeah. Because
All
I was
right,
checking.
Andronicus,
it doesn't
you
say
are-
it doesn't consume a spell slot, so I think it does consume a spell slot.
Okay.
I stumble to my feet, and I look up at the Minotaur. Not quite yet, friend.
All right.
So what is the effect of the lingering wound to my back? Like, what is that?
You just have a point of exhaustion while the lingering wound is untreated.
Does
Okay.
it get closed up by the Cure Wounds or no?
I think magic
I
healing
Yeah, I
does
think it's
close
a
it up.
medicine.
Yeah. It would. Yeah, it would clear it up. So it'll only reopen if you take a crit, and then even then we roll to see if it reopens.
Okay, so do I still have the point of exhaustion, or
No, because you got healing, it basically set it aside, but it's sort of hovering over you now.
okay?
Yep. Okay. All right. Alistair looks around and he's just like, "How could this happen? I keep knocking this guy down. He keeps getting back up." But the crowd doesn't want to help him because they want to get that. They want to get that free wine and that free dinner. So nobody tells
I
them
get
that.
knocked down, but then I get back up again.
So
Are they
Julian,
never
who do
gonna
you
keep you down?
who do you pass play to, Orin or Maya?
I'm going to pass play to Orin, but I'm going to stand over here next to Simo first.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I'm going to maneuver right here so I can still get flanked with Sibo, and then I will attack with my spear.
Okay.
Trying to crack it upside the head as he's looking around, I guess, trying to figure out. So with the flank only a 14.
14 is what you needed. So
alright,
he takes
another
another
max
solid ass hit upside the head. You hit him upside the head, and you could tell that this head is used to being hit and hitting things. There is just a loud sound of a coconut being struck.
Orin is reassessing his initial ideas.
All right, fair.
All right, I'll pass to
Maya to finish up the round. All right, Maya, what is the plan? Just
okay.
just watching. You got to do anything subtle?
Yeah, what I want to try and do is subtly I can't do it subtly, but try and cast guidance on Orin since he's right next to me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just you can just reach out and touch and be like, "You can do it,"
you
or
can do
whatever. You know, your words. What does your guidance spell look like? What are your spell effects?
I'll say, I guess since I'm right next to like a tree or something like that, maybe I'll reach out, tap him on the shoulder, and like maybe like you see like a little bit of green light.
Okay.
Go into his shoulder. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. You are benefiting from guidance.
Oh, nice.
All right. Who do you pass play to then? For round 3.
Is he's still reckless right now, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna pass it to Andronicos.
Okay. Andronicos, you are up, getting up to your feet. As you have said, what do you do?
So that's half my movement. So I've got 15 feet of movement. Can I move through the same space that Sipo's in?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a halfling. See, they've got one of those super species abilities that they can just kind of, yeah.
I'll move to right here. I'll sort of pat Sipo on the shoulder as I go past him, and say, "I've got you, little one." And then I'm gonna swing at the Minotaur's back while it's
all right
towards Orin.
Oh yeah, that is gonna hit. He takes some damage. All right, you stab again into his chest. Kind of pushes him back a little bit, and he snorts, his nose ring flailing as snot and spittle fly out. All right.
I would pass to Orin then.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna try and crack him over the trying to draw his attention a little bit. I've been hitting him a couple times, trying to get his attention over here. I'll shout out, "All right, bring it around. Come on, let's see what you got."
All right.
And I will.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh,
Nice. So it should have given you max damage on the first die. It doesn't look like it did though. Mousing over your dice here. Yeah, it should have been a 9 plus another 8, right? Okay. All right.
Yes.
So it's 17 points of damage. All right.
Nice.
Oof. He is bloodied.
Oh.
Okay, we got this.
And he turns around to face you.
Oh boy.
And he says, I underestimated you. You have my full attention.
All right.
All right. He will take
pass.
it. He will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
he'll
give it to him.
He'll steal the initiative because he just got hit pretty damn hard.
Sympathy.
All right. Here we go. He's gonna do this reckless. 18.
Yes, that's definitely gonna hit. And
All right. 14 points of damage.
I'm still up.
Okay. He will pass play to Sibo.
Sibo will start dancing around him a little bit. Come on, man. Pick on someone your own size. I'll hop over here. Yeah. I'm going to cast Cure.
I mean, he's 2 sizes larger than you, so you could actually move through his space.
Oh, that's right. No, then I'll just walk
Yeah.
through, and get over here. And I'm going to actually cast Cure Wounds on Orin.
Okay.
Oh, nice. We're definitely juicing for this fight, that's for sure.
Capable of healing? That's fantastic.
Thank you. Nice.
All right.
And then passing to... and when I say pick on someone your own size, I point at Julian, and then I pass to Julian.
And then he says to you, he says, "Small one, is he the source of this magic?"
Yes!
Oh my god.
Julian, he spins around. His eyes are bloodshot with rage as he narrows his gaze and lowers his horns at you. Who do you pass play to, Sibo?
Julian.
Okay. Julian, you're up.
I'm going to. I can technically do this because it's not directly at the Minotaur. I'm going to use prestidigitation and make a bunch of shit just appear right in front of him. So the ground is slick.
Is this a big old pile of shit? Just gotta right here? Okay.
Right in front of the Minotaur. So the ground is slick, and I'm going to back way against the far wall.
The barman's like, I wanted a good, clean game, and now there's shit in the arena.
I'm out of spells, and I'm not going to be able to go 1-to-1 with him. So,
as he does that,
I'm just soiling the ground, and it just say how it was soiled. So I'm saying I use prestidigitation, make shit appear on the ground, and I'm hoping that it's slick, and it makes. He has to do a dexterity saving throw.
All right, and then you start backing away. Gotcha.
Yeah, I backed away against the wall.
All right, he looks confused at the magical shit that you just summoned, kind of cocking his head, and he's just so furious that you would do something so silly during such an important fight, because every fight is important when you're traded for the great games. Who do you pass play to? Maya? I guess it's Maya. She's the last one around. Maya, you're up.
I guess I would like to turn to the crowd and yell Julian.
Okay, yeah, they all start to cheer. They all start chanting, Julian, 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 and you see the Minotaur just gets more and more angry. Yeah, he's definitely going to be beelining it for Julian.
And
all right.
I'll also cast a healing word on Orin. Actually, no,
okay.
I'll do it to Andronicos because he's in the way.
Okay. Andronicos, all right. So magical druidic healing heads your way. 6 points of healing. Who do you pass play to for round 4?
Pass it here. Get a.
I'll pass it to Orin.
Nice.
Okay,
right.
Orin, you're up.
Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna second wind first, of course. All right, a decent second wind. All right, I'm gonna try and move in the path of this guy.
Gonna step in the.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Or in this kid, or he's gonna move in the path and probably can't hold this. I'm just gonna I'll just try and hit him with the spear.
All right.
So you're not going anywhere, buddy.
With the advantage and the flank, you definitely hit. Takes 7 points of damage, and his knees begin to buckle. Both sets of knees begin to buckle, and he's staggering left and right. The crowd is going crazy, thinking about all that free wine and dinner that's coming their way. More and more people come rushing into the room, hearing the sounds of violence.
I'll pass to Andronicos, unless he steals, of course.
He totally steals. All right. He looks to you and says, "You are a great fighter. Perhaps someday I will see you in the great games. But I have learned the value of magic this day." And he just kind of nods, and then he raises his axe in the air, and he brings it down and over and swing at you. All right. You got what you wanted. You're taking this dude. So here we go. 20 for only 6. Look at that. Minimum damage. All right.
So you're not so bad yourself.
He will pass play to Sibo.
All right. Okay. I'll just start dancing around a little bit too. Good. Just go right back and hit him with my dagger.
All right.
Hey.
All right. How do you defeat him, Sibo?
I hit him in one of his the lower part of one of his knees, and
Okay.
he falls face first into the shit.
Oh dang! Oh.
No, I'll catch him before he falls in the shit, man. Come on. This is,
Oh, all right,
I mean,
all
I
right.
didn't make him do that. Gravity did that. I just hit him in the knee. I don't know.
this guy agreed to fight 4-on-1.
Seeing that he's about to smash his
him
face with some
dirty.
poop, you grab him, and then he's
Yeah.
very heavy. He's very heavy. And you set
We're
him,
both
about,
going down.
yeah, you set him down gently on the ground. There you go.
Okay, if we're coming out initiative, I will make the shit disappear.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
Oof.
Well met, everyone. That was great.
There is riotous cheering, and the blonde lady does not seem that upset about the amount of drachmae that she's going to have to drop tonight.
Can I attend to his wounds? So he doesn't die on the
Totally.
floor?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll do
let's
a
see. He has
blind
lingering wounds. It is his head. Even though you, oh man, even as he was falling, he dented. He got a little chip off his horn. A little chip off his horn.
Julia.
Yeah, what's a warrior without scars?
Oof. All right, Oren. Yeah, you bust out some bad medicine. Stabilize him.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little fanny pouch with all the medicine stuff in it.
It's just all
It's all-
Band-Aids.
It's like some leeches and traditional medicine. Chew
Alright.
this mint; it'll cure that right up.
Do I see the leeches in Oren's little fanny pack of medicine?
I mean, he
I mean,
sounds
he's not
pretty
hiding
proud of
it.
his well-stocked. Yeah, it feels like he's pretty proud of his well-stocked medicine kit. So yeah, I'm sure they're in there.
Traditional
Alright.
medicine,
Okay.
very effective.
Well, in that case, when he's tending to Alistair, I'll lean over and quietly say in Oren's ear, I would recommend any insects that you may have on your person. Get away from Sibo. He has some interesting tastes.
Oh well, you
Comes-
can't really use them once they're full of blood, so I'm sure I can send a couple his way.
That won't stop him.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I basically just let them go, after their use. Can't really squeeze them out or anything, You know how blood leeches are.
Well, I'm fairly certain that leeches are reusable.
Oh geez, Warren's been using leeches wrong this whole time, man.
Maybe it's just simpler to acquire new leeches every time.
I honestly don't.
I put a hand on Oren's shoulder and I drop the rest of my lay on hands in him, so that's 4 more HP.
Oh man.
All right.
You are definitely blessed. I heard that man earlier say you were a worshiper of Sidon.
Yes, he did indeed say that. However, he was incorrect. My, I guess, patroness, if you will, is the goddess of wisdom, queen of Mitros. I always say that name wrong.
Ah, well then. You'd find yourself right at home with the rest of the Centurions.
I suppose I would have.
Alright. You can drag this guy out of the arena. Maybe there's a quite a crowd here.
Yeah, so Oren and I will both drag the sort of support the Minotaur over to his stool again, and then sit on opposite sides of him.
Okay.
And then I want to turn to the gold-haired lady and say, "Let's get this man some food."
Yeah, she did say she'd buy it for everyone in the house, so...
Yeah. She nods and she approaches the bull and administers to him a potion of healing. In this world of poverty brought to us by Giffyglyphs, this is an ostentatious move for sure.
Man, he rich bitch.
Yeah, as he quaffs it, his eyes kind of open and he looks around and sees this small gold-haired lady and says, "My thanks." And then she looks over at the innkeep. He looks over at this little girl, and then she runs out to let the kitchens know they're about to make a shitload of food. All right. Julian, he does present to you your winnings. 5 whole drachmae.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Remember, this is we're practicing poor Dungeons and Dragons. Practicing poor Dungeons and Dragons.
I want to look over at Oren and be like, didn't you bet on the Minotaur?
No, I didn't place any bets. I was merely here for the fight.
Julian thanks the barkeep and takes the winnings and his cloak and tunic back, and gives him a small bow and makes his way through the crowd to
this guy says,
pass out.
hold on a minute there, Julian. There is someone who is looking for you. A strange woman. She is one of the followers of Kira, goddess of music. I see her around very often. She brings news and plays terrible music, makes even worse jokes. She calls herself Kyra, which seems to be a mockery of the great goddess of music. You could find her in the great room. She reserved a table. She is hoping to meet with you. And the others.
Thank you. That is most appreciated. And Julian will fish out a silver from his pouch and leave it on the bar for the barkeep.
Okay. All right. Nobody minds free money. Tipping isn't really a custom here, but they will definitely always take free money. They haven't formalized tipping, but he definitely it's gone.
He learned that.
Yeah. All right. Over here, the crowd is dense as they want to see the champions of this fight, and they all are talking excitedly about the great games and whether or not these people will compete to defeat the great Alistair. There are some arguments over, he didn't have magic and they did, and on and on. And then they get into the age-old argument of classic great games versus the more recent, quote-unquote, grand spectacles, which are magically enhanced, essentially spectacles of daring do and near-death combat. So the argument continues that Alistair would have certainly won without magic, blah, blah, blah. And then there's a heated argument. It's kind of like, when they make a big change to sports ball and people argue that the change ruined the game, and other people are like, no, it enhanced the game. And then
rules, that was a catch 2 years ago.
Yeah. And then these two old dudes actually go out to the ring to fucking beat each other up because they can't settle their argument any other way. So attention is kind of drawn to them now. All right.
And Julian isn't so much as tipping, but he was asking if the barkeep can let him know if anyone else comes asking about them while they're there.
Oh, fair. Yeah. He definitely gives you the informant's nod. Yeah. All right.
I would like to talk to Alistair about the great games and his aspirations for them.
Okay. Yeah, he's like, I am strong, and I plan to be strong at the games.
You are indeed quite strong. I was almost just knocked unconscious from a singular blow from your mighty maul.
He smiles and says, I tried my best to hit you as hard as I could, but
you did quite a good job. I would imagine that you would be best suited to enter an event where, as you had originally intended before we persuaded you otherwise, there's zero magic involved. I truly believe that's the only reason we were able to best you.
Same here.
He nods and he says, very seriously, he says, But if I want to compete in the grand spectacles, I will need to learn to fight against and with magics. This was good for my training. Thank you.
Perhaps you should... I've only recently come upon this myself, but perhaps you should seek to acquire a patron or a patroness of the divine sense. Perhaps they can bestow upon you some magical skill of your own.
He looks like he's going to give it some serious thought. There is a priestess of Lutheria here in the tavern. I shall go speak with her.
Friend, I'm not certain that the Titans are where you would like to direct yourselves. Perhaps one of the
He seems
five?
kind of confused.
Or
but
maybe
they
even
are
Mother
strong.
Thylea.
As he says Thylea, Maya perks up and like looks at Alistair and says, "If you're interested in magic, have you been to the ancient grove in the old woods before?"
I have walked through it before, on my way from the coast. I purchased my freedom from my oath holder in Mitros and left that city. I only plan to return to compete.
The deplorable custom.
It is no friendly place to my people.
I was once acquainted with the Minotaur who overcame, at least slightly, such prejudices due to his talent in the great game. I'm sure you'll be able to do the same.
Your encouragement is appreciated. Thank you.
How do you spell this dude's name?
Alastor.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So next time we fight, no magic.
Yeah. I want to sort of clap him on the back and wander towards the main room.
Okay. As you step into the main room, you see that 2 tables have been pushed together. Many stools are around, and there are all sorts of finger foods. A woman, she looks like the same woman that was calling for the crowd earlier, looks very, very bored, kind of like her face resting on both of her palms, elbows on the table, terrible posture, just kind of slumped over, looking at all of the baskets of finger foods and platters of meat tarts and all that. And she looks like she is just super bored and kind of watching the front door.
I smirk and then sort of raise my voice to call over to her. So you caused this whole debacle and then you abandon it before you get to see the fruits of your labor?
Slowly, with like the creaking of sinew and bone, like one of the Japanese ghosts where the bones are always popping and making horrifying sounds when they move. She turns her head like an owl to look at you, and she says, "Oh, wait, hold on." And she takes out a small bag. It looks like a miniature backpack, and it has many semi-precious stones, tiny, attached to it all over the place. It sparkles in the torchlight and candlelight. And she reaches in and she pulls out what looks like tiny rectangles of parchment. And she says, "Oh, okay. This is definitely you." And she kind of like squints her eyes at the card and at you. And then she stands up and she approaches you. It looks like she's going to try and pin the piece of paper to your chest.
So she just like legitimately owl 180-degree head turned to me?
Well, maybe like 160 degrees,
Okay, but to the point where it definitely seemed unnatural?
Well, I mean, not really unnatural, but maybe this is a contortionist or something, Like,
so like upper bounds of human possibility.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Slightly less freaky then.
All right. So as she approaches you, she looks like she's going to try to pin something to your chest. Do you intervene?
I would like to intercept her hand.
Okay.
On the way, to fucking stabbing me.
It's very easy. She's super slow. As you go to grab her hand, she says no, and she starts to slowly move her hand out of the way. But you grab it super easily because she's super slow.
Okay, I guess I just like have her hand by the wrist.
Okay. The piece of paper. It has an adorable chibi drawing of you, looking like a little super deformed cartoon character, and then your name, spelled as poorly as it possibly could be, but still be recognizable as your name, and it says, "Hello, my name is Afronauticus."
I look down at it, and the reaction that Andronicus gives to this is probably somewhat off from what you would expect. Maybe you would think someone would be like, "Oh, this is cute," or something along those lines, or "Fuck you, don't stab me." But instead, Andronicus just looks sort of a combination of shocked and relieved, and he's like, "You remember me?"
She kind of narrows her eyes and she says, well, I mean, you're one of the people that we sent the letter to, right?
Yes.
Now I have to ask, did the owl go down the chimney or come in through the bedroom window?
I just found it by the letterbox in the morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're that Triton from Mitros, the one that was sleeping with Valis, the goddess of wisdom. You're the side piece, right?
No, that's. I'm
pretty sure that's what I heard. Let's see.
I went to dedicate myself to her service, and she was in her
a
bedroom.
Holy concubine of Valis, goddess of wisdom. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard.
No.
Stuck his fish stick in the ice box. That's what I heard. Is that not? Am I off on this one?
Look, that slang is very offensive to my people.
With a fish stick part, or calling your deity's vagina an icebox?
Well, I really meant the fish stick part.
So you're more offended by the insult to you than the insult to your goddess. Check.
I thought that the icebox thing just came off of the fish stick thing. I didn't realize.
Oh no, I'm implying that her vagina is an icebox. Like it's.
Well, I have no idea. Maybe you're right.
Oh, maybe I am. I don't know. Anyways, put your name tag on. Take a seat. Sure. And she winks at you. But here, put your name tag on. Yeah, put your name tag on to get a seat. All right. Oh, there he is. Julian. Hey. She goes to pin your name tag on.
I'll do that if you don't mind. This is quite nice clothing. I'd rather not damage it. Thank you.
Nice clothing. She kind of looks it up and down. Sure. You're the kind of guy that, like, your mom tells you you're handsome, right?
Julian just sort of narrows his eyes at her.
Okay, whatever. Take a seat, buddy. All right. Oh, hey, it's you. Yeah. Here you go. Oh, you want the chibi art with the mask on or off?
On.
Oh, okay. And she crumples up the one and puts it back in the bag, and she gives you a name tag.
Thank you.
I just find the name tags work pretty good, So, when you get to know people, it's a good icebreaker. I have some icebreaker games, but it's getting on in the day, So, we'll see. We'll see what we have time for. There should be, like, a really beat to shit short guy. Has anybody seen a really beat to shit short guy? Anybody? I could have sworn there should have been 5 for
Sibo,
group.
your presence is requested.
Sibo went back to the bar as though the fight never even happened, and he's just like, so anyway, what I was saying was, and he just goes right back into the story.
This lady is like so into you, like with you killing that Minotaur, or not killing him, but besting him, and how you lulled him into a false sense of security with like your fake attacks, so that you could make the fight last longer. And like, yeah, this lady's in on it too. She's like, oh yeah, so amazing, and then they're just kind of mobbing you at this point.
He's just nonstop, just literally talking about his home, not even recognizing the fact that they're interested in him at all.
Fair. With this kind of Robbins Williams look, you give it off some mad DILF vibes. You know what I'm saying? Some mad DILF vibes.
The people.
All right. Okay, and then she says, "There's also going to be a guy that's only got like one arm." I heard. Let's see. He chopped off his arm in a bid for power from Kentamane. Sort of a desperate, like crazy guy. Have you seen a crazy, desperate guy with only one arm? No? No one? No one? Bueller? Anyone?
I'll be watching the outcome of this fight here.
Oh.
One moment. Julie's gonna stand up and he's gonna go find the other two.
Most assuredly, scary haircut mustache guy wins.
Ooh,
no problem. Yeah,
you don't take a guy on with a haircut like that.
He drops this dude like the fucking bitch that he is. Yeah. And he says, hey, how does that magic work out for you? And then he spits on the dude.
I'll slap a couple leeches on that guy, and then I'll head into the room.
Julian will go up to Sibo and tap him on the shoulder, and he'll give a nod to the two ladies. I'm assuming they're both fighters, like they're both tall, muscular women.
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to give a polite smile and a nod to them, and say, "I'm terribly sorry, ladies, but I need to borrow this one for a little bit, if you'll permit me." And he'll start
kind of overly dramatic, kind of say, "Oh no!" But they kind of let you they sort of let you drag him away, and they laugh and they tell him, "We will see you later, then, stranger."
Yeah, yes, strangers, yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oren, you see the recent allies that you've made heading into the other room.
I'll follow him in. Talk to Julian. I'll say, "Looks like it's going to be you and the Minotaur tonight."
As interesting a fellow as it is, I'm not quite that interested in him.
He lives only for battle. His heart is married to the arena. So, all right. As you walk in, Kyra leaps up and she says, "You there, Oreo? I have your name tag."
I don't actually know if that's me or Oren.
You need help pinning it on? Because you've only got one arm.
I'll salute.
I'll help you. Okay.
I'll just give like a straight military salute.
Yeah, she stabs you several times in the body. You
I'll
are...
pretend not to notice.
Okay.
Does
Sorry.
she just legitimately crawl onto the table to reach over?
Yeah. And then she rolled across the table, just like that. All right. All right, so, and the last person we got is Sibachu. Where's Sibachu at? Oh, there he is, so cute. Hey, little guy. Hey. She kind of kneels down, like people do when they're talking to children, so she can look you in the face.
Or really old people in a wheelchair.
She says, "You remind me of an old friend of mine. It was really great seeing you help your buddies out there in the fight. People don't realize this, but laughter is it's important on the battlefield. I like how you kept it loose out there."
Yeah, it's all about tactics and misdirection. That's what I do where I come from.
Yeah, cool. Here, put this on so people know who you are. I also got you this booster seat, see, since you're so small.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, now that you're here, I could, I was going to order food, but everybody gets to eat for free tonight, because Blondie's an idiot. So, that's cool. All right. Food will be out shortly. Plenty of wine, finger foods, snacks, all that. I'm so glad you guys were able to come, and how miraculous that you all arrived at the same time. Who would have saw that coming? And yeah, I'll answer whatever questions you have. My name is Kyra, and I will be proctoring this exam on behalf of my good friend Versi. So
I do have one.
And I will answer it after the
all
break.
met
And
each
she
other
looks
already?
right at the camera. It just says,
nice.
"Yeah, all right." So
Let
we're
me
gonna take.
pop it over to the break screen on the stream.
There you go. So we're gonna take our 10/15 minute break. Oh yeah, here was the artwork for the Southern Heartlands. Hold on. Do I have to really select everybody every time? There we go. Does it show up?
No.
Yeah, am I getting anything?
There it is. There
There
it is.
it is.
There it is.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Ooh, very picturesque.
That's the artwork for where we're at currently.
Yeah, Southern Heartlands is where you guys are at.
They're beautiful.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. All right. And then this is the person that will be proctoring your exam and answering your questions. Let's see. Here we go. Show players. Got to select everybody every time. Show. There we go.
I'm not seeing that one.
Okay. Let's see. Show players. Select everybody. Hit show. Is it? No? Is it showing for anybody?
Nope.
No.
Oh, yeah,
There it
it's just there's super delay.
There we go.
Ah, okay. Cool. All right. So, looking at her wrist, which is a weird thing for someone to do. Kyra,
Sundial?
is who?
There's a sundial on her wrist.
No, it's just blank. It's just totally blank. She then looks over at Andronikos and says, "You had one question?"
Right. So, why do we need name tags if we all have already met?
Oh, it's awkward because you guys have name tags and I don't. Oh, I get it. It's like if everyone was naked but me. Hold on. And she affixes a name tag. Hers is like perfect. It's like she's the manager of like a hotel. You know, it's like a plaque that she's wearing, and it says Kyra in like beautiful script, like very, very fancy. You guys kind of look at each other's torn parchment, drawn with crayons, names all misspelled. There's an inequity that is felt at looking from one name tag to the other. There, now we're all equal. Do you feel more comfortable now?
No, the point wasn't that I didn't feel equal. The point was I don't see why we need them.
Oh, well, it's not like we walk around the world with our names showing underneath us all the time so that people can just look over and know who we are. You know what I mean? Like, this is a good way for you guys to learn each other's names since you're going to be working together until the completion of this trial.
So it's a
So-
group trial.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you'll all be working together since you all arrived at the same time. I mean, if different people had arrived, then I guess different people would have done it. But since you guys arrived, you're hopefully going to do it. So, I know. Everyone's feeling a little tense. That's why I have prepared some icebreakers. Now, stop me if this is culturally insensitive, Sibo. Did you hear about the halfling who got kicked out of the nudist colony?
No.
He kept poking his nose in everyone's business.
Sibo lets out the loudest laugh.
Okay, her eyes go wide. She can't believe someone has laughed that genuinely and that loud at one of her jokes before. Oh my god. Yeah.
She's
So
not
she's
wrong.
like,
Alright,
and then she.
Is
Well,
that a Crashgem original, or did you find that one somewhere?
I can't reveal the secrets of these NPCs. I can't reveal the secrets, but she does turn to Julian and say, "What's the best spell to comfort your friends with?"
I have a feeling anything I answer will be wrong, so why don't you enlighten us, Kyra?
Hold person.
Oh, I get that.
Siba doesn't get that one.
Oh. Well, why is it so hard to read a warlock's handwriting?
Because he's missing 2 fingers.
She laughs and she says, "I'm glad you said it, not me." No, but on a less personal level, it's all in cursive. No. All right. Anyways, so if you received a letter, a summons from Versi the Oracle, it is because she believes you have the potential to achieve something great. But part of that is she has seen many in her most recent visions, but only those who can defeat the local terror known as the Great Boar are truly the champions that she seeks. So, and she kind of like looks, she looks awkwardly for a second, all the way over to the other side of the roof. She looks over at this table over here. You see that there are 4 individuals. They all look beat to shit. They got bandages all over the place. One of them's got a broken arm. And there's like a 5th bowl of wine, but nobody's sitting there to drink it. And they all look sadly at the bowl of wine as they play 20 squares and look very sad and defeated. And she just kind of quickly turns her gaze back to the group and smiles real big. So, you know, like prophecy, it's not an exact science. So Versi kind of like is playing the field right now, you know? So there's been some other hopefuls. They haven't really had what it takes. But I feel like after watching you guys just beat up that poor Minotaur, like just bob him. Just bob him. I feel like you have what it takes to maybe pull this off. I think at least 2 of you are going to live through this trial.
So
Make it free and you have a deal.
The sirens. I mean, the Oracle. She's just throwing as many bodies at this boar problem as she can, and supposedly.
Well, hold on. If you're gonna be like that, I mean, isn't that just life, right? The endless crashing of waves against the shore.
I just thought the Oracle was supposed to be something greater than just life.
Well, I mean, she kind of looks a little flustered. She's like, I mean, she's all right. But listen, I owed her a favor, okay? So this is what I'm doing. I could be out there making the music, making that sweet drachme, you know, leveling up my skills, you know. I'm a bard, you know, so...
From what the bartender told us, I'm not sure that you doing any music would earn you any drachme.
Her eyes narrow to tiny slits as she looks over at you. Yes.
I haven't heard you perform. I'm not saying this is my opinion. I'm only relaying what I've heard.
Listen. It's baby steps, okay? It's baby steps. You start off maybe horrible at something. And after years and years and years and years and years and years of practice, you start to get kind of good at it.
How many years have you been practicing?
Let's talk about something else.
Time elapsed, but sure.
So, basically, have you heard about this horror of the Heartlands? This terror, this great boar? He's very grumpy.
That would seem to be an understatement.
So this boar has apparently been infused with great celestial strength by Sidon himself, and has decided to use that power to wreak havoc on the Heartlands. I don't know, some kind of revenge rampage, like, take that, settlers, I'm reclaiming the natural world, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Anyways, he's got all the pigs in the area working for him now, and to make it worse, there's goatlings involved. All of you who live in this world know that goatlings are just about the worst thing ever.
Yes.
They're
I've read about these goatlings.
Mm-hmm. What did you read? She kind of puts her arms on the table and looks over at you, as if handing you the conch shell. Tell us.
Evil? Evil. But they give short things bad names, you know? 'Cause I'm not evil, but I'm short. That's what I've read about them.
I see. You've read that they're evil and short, but not like you. Do you have access to this book? I'd love to read it.
No, I was kicked out of that library.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that pretty much sums it up. They're evil, they're mean. They make fun of you. And she kind of like bites her lip, and you see tears start to form, thinking about some of the mean things goatlings may have said to her in the past.
So these goatlings are conspiring with the boar. Are they protecting it?
I mean, goatlings, they're all about like Lutheria, and she kind of like side eyes. And as she side eyes, it's almost like the camera shifts to the back of the establishment, where you see a priestess of Lutheria kind of just administering to anyone who wants blessings, who wants their wine blessed, that kind of stuff. Now, culturally, everyone does this. You need to specifically tell me if you do not do it. Whenever you go to drink any sort of alcohol, you do pour a small amount out. That does mean that a lot of the floors of the world are very sticky. A lot of sticky floors. But you do pour out a small bit of your libations to Lutheria as a sign of respect and just sort of a general habit. So if your characters do not do this, it's something I will need to take note of. In a very Lutheria will remember this kind of way. So I got my notes out here. Does anybody not pour out libations?
Would Sibo, not being from here, do that?
No, Sibo would have learned customs and traditions that people do, and it would do it just out of respect for what others do, regardless.
Although I feel like Julian is constantly having to remind you to do this.
Okay.
And
yeah, fair.
Maya doesn't drink wine because it's for her it's a ruined grape.
Oh, fair. Okay. She says, anyways, go.
Drink water?
Yeah, water.
Great.
That's
Julian, you feel a hand, delicate and slow, on your arm, and Kyra says, "We can't judge the strange customs of the druids. For all we know, she thinks that it's like plant blood or something."
But didn't you ask for grapes earlier? How was that
grapes are great. It's just that wine is a ruined grape.
Do you only eat raw food?
No.
Well,
I think they're missing the
I don't want to get
issue,
completely off topic, but I am curious. What do you drink if you don't drink wine?
Water. Shall we look at
Just
everybody?
water? You put salt in the water? Oh, okay.
Just water? Nothing else?
Yeah.
But she puts a little salt in the water, though.
Orin sips his wine, suspicious now.
Yeah.
Why would you put salt in the water?
Oh, it's real nice. It's electrolytes. And she kind of narrows her eyes and she says, flavor. It makes it taste good.
I prefer fresh water myself, but I suppose to each their own.
Oh, I have to ask, how does that work? You're like a fish guy, right? So could you go in salt water and fresh water, or are we not using those? We're not worrying about that. Is that just all water?
Similarly to the tiger shark, or maybe it was bull shark. I don't
Oh.
know.
There are some crocodiles where I come from that.
Oh. So you like a switch? You're like a switch hitter for water.
Yes.
Is that a swish hitter? Do they call that swish hitters here?
Okay. You see her take out a small journal and she updates it. Interesting.
Just consider it. Okay, so you're a human. You're native to an area with grasslands, let's say, but that doesn't stop you from going to the desert. It's similar with tritons and fresh and salt water. It's different.
This pasty skin keeps me from going to the desert. I don't want a sunburn. So.
Well, right, but you could.
Debatable.
But Sibo could.
Oh, Sibo could. Okay.
Yes, the desert. I've been to the desert many times.
Oh, wait, like Scorpion Island?
No, where I come from, where the Leban people who live in caves and the surroundings are just pure desert. And that's where they go and hunt and forage different types of desert flora and fauna.
Leopard people?
Where are you from?
I'm from a place called Noriande. I don't know how I got here, but this is not Noriande.
That's for
yes,
sure.
this is Thylea.
It's definitely not. Yeah, this is not.
It's sour
Listen,
vintage.
Are you guys on board to hunt this boar tomorrow? Because I kind of already hired some guides and like to help. And if you're not on board, I guess I'll just let them. I'll get my deposit back. So
Are you changing the subject because you're bored?
No. I'd love to hear more about this stuff, but maybe later.
Right. Well, I had been hoping to meet the Oracle. I'd been hoping she'd be able to help me with a problem, but I guess if this is a hoop I have to jump through before I see her,
she's very busy. I mean, if you just want to skip out on this incredibly important spiritual journey that she's trying to place you on, that she saw in her visions, and just go see her directly. I mean, I'm sure you could see like a junior oracle and get like a discount prophecy.
Kind of unpaid intern in there.
Yeah. I mean, she has trainees that handle like the everyday stuff, but if you want the real deal prophecy, you kind of do have to jump through her hoops.
You lose your car keys, you know?
I guess I'm down to fight this boar then.
Sweet. Okay. I was worried I would have to read this actual flavor text, but I wanted to keep it loose and conversational. And she brandishes a small blue piece of parchment. Albeit, if you like ham for content, though, I will read it if you really want the full experience. I mean,
I'm gonna invoke Theros, and say content.
All right. Greetings. I am Kyra. Thanks for answering my summons. I will be direct. LOL. I am here as an agent of the Oracle. She believes the great destinies await you all, but great destinies are forged by great deeds. A terrifying giant boar has been laying waste to the Heartlands, slaughtering everything in its path. This boar was corrupted by the Titans, capital T, and sent to punish the mortals of Thylea for their continued faith in the five gods. Many have attempted to hunt the boar. All have failed. If you wish to win fame and fortune, as great heroes should, then you must prove to the people of Thylea that you are the warriors of the Oracle's prophecy. Hunt this boar and offer it to the gods as sacrifice. And she flourishes the paper. And as she flourishes it, it passes through one of the candles on the table and catches on fire. She takes it and quickly puts it in Julian's bowl of wine to extinguish it. And
She
she kind of
gives a
like,
very offended
All
look
right.
to her.
You already got the
fine,
hunting
you
license.
could have mine. And she like hands
Ruined
you
my
her
perfectly good luck.
All the paperwork's filled out. You've got the hunting license.
Well, I have. If you look over at the bar, you'll see two very handsome young men. Very handsome young men. I like it. Yeah. Anyways, they they are supposedly good at hunting boar. So I figured since the last group did so bad, I might give you guys a little bit of a handicap. So.
All right.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
Well, you want to hunt them at night? I mean,
Yeah,
it's like
right
it's almost
now, let's-
nighttime.
Yeah,
Right now, you want to go out in the woods at night,
I
hunt this
mean-
thing?
I think Corbin and I could probably use a little recovery time before.
I mean, I respect the enthusiasm every hour that great beast is hunting the Heartlands. Another innocent soul is probably being killed and offered up to the Titans as sacrifice. Farmlands destroyed, crops burned, pet dogs stolen, eaten right in front of their owners. Horrors upon horrors. But yet, at the same time, I completely respect that the first thing you did when you got here is didn't show up for the meeting that you were supposed to, and instead you went to beat up a bull, and you need to get some rest. So I'm not going to judge you guys either way. I am here to record and guide. That's it.
She has a point. I don't know if we can afford to let this boar wait overnight. Think of all the havoc it could wreak. Look at the dogs. Orin's gonna slam down his wine, get to his feet.
Yeah, she sees you slam down wine, and she grabs Julian's bowl of wine, and she smashes it on the table. Yeah!
Was this the same bowl of wine?
Yeah, the same bowl she put the paper out in.
No, it was the fresh bowl she gave him to replace the bowl that she had put the burnt note in. Yeah. And she hands you back the shattered remains of the pottery. All right, I guess we're heading out in the middle of the night.
Julian.
All right, let's do it. I'll tell the guys. All right, get ready. We're heading out. Yeah.
No, wait.
Hmm?
Orin, my friend, perhaps it would be best if we rested and gathered some information. Those morose folks over there, I'm sure, could do with a bit of succor and a bit of drink. Let me go speak with them and see exactly what went wrong so we can learn from previous mistakes.
Every hour we waste another dog.
Sort of hour to rest and eat and recuperate and then head it out.
Oh, I see what you're trying to
No,
say.
wait,
You want
shit,
to
never mind. You
take a seat. Yeah, it would take a week for a long rest. Yeah.
God.
You want to take a SIBO rest. I got you.
I
Does
think
he
that is an
short?
excellent idea, Jonicus.
Sibo gets out of his high chair and moves it over.
All right, well, I'll go hang out with these incredibly sexy young men, and we will wait an hour for you guys to put Band-Aids on or whatever it is you need to do.
And Jonicus, Orin will start walking towards you, getting out the fanny pack.
So can we? Okay, so short rests are still an hour, but long rests are a week. Or short
Correct.
rests a day?
But you only get two
Nope, short rests are an hour, but you only get 2 a day. Long rests are a week, and can only be taken at a sanctuary, which is like this place right here.
Do we want to drink for a
Interesting.
week?
A lot of people are going to die if you spend a week, but that's a lot of people are going to die.
All right, let's start our rest, everybody.
Speaking of drinking,
This fighting room over here would be described as a trap. You see, it was.
Okay.
That's the reason why I
Yeah.
stood out.
Julian's going to grab a tray with some bowls of wine on it, and he is going to go over to the folks that are mourning the death of one of their compatriots.
Sure. Okay.
I don't know how I rolled that. That wasn't intended.
No worries.
Do you want me to follow you?
But I have to ask: are you telling me the truth? Do you really go over and talk to those people, or
Yes,
you...
that is exactly
Okay.
what I did.
Okay. Okay. There you go. Whatcha?
Thank you.
All right. Anybody join him, or are you gonna let Julian work his man? Oh, looks like his wingman's coming.
Yep.
Oh, there it goes.
Yep. Oh, hold on. It takes me a little while. Short legs.
I'm gonna try and pack up Andronicus over the short rest.
I'll help.
Okay.
If you'll allow it. Do you want the honey on the parchment, or do you want the leeches?
I'll take some parchment.
Looking at Orin leeches, I'm gonna say, "Oh, you're trained in medicine as well." You can also
Indeed.
throw some dirt on there, and it will help.
Ooh, you're right.
Don't forget the moss. Don't forget the moss.
If,
Yeah, the moss as well.
if Julian told you about the leeches with Sibo, just don't get rid of them when you're done.
All right.
I mean, I got a bunch of them. All right.
Julian, as you approach, your blood starts to quicken. Not only are there some lovelies at the table, but they are playing the game of 20 squares. Everyone's favorite gambling game that takes 3 fucking hours to play.
Yeah.
They seem to be deep in it, but their enthusiasm levels are low. This lady, she'll look over at you, and she says, what are you staring at?
I could not help but notice that you've lost a friend, and I thought you all could use another round, and
They look over at
might-
the undrunk bowl, and they all look sad when you say that.
I thought you might make their loss not be in vain. I understand that you ran afoul of a boar.
Oh, we most assuredly went afoul of a boar, yes. We were cozened into foolishness by that woman. And the way she says that woman, there's nothing but seething hatred there.
I assume that's Kyra that she's talking about. Kira, Kyra, whatever.
And this guy goes, that woman, I will think about her in my nightmares. And he just looks kind of haunted.
So, tell me what happened. I know this may not be easy to discuss, but we may have also been bamboozled into a situation, and I'd rather not history repeat itself.
Oh, I will tell you what happened. What happened is we each received a special letter delivered by Siren Messenger. A summons by the Oracle herself, or so we thought. And she kind of looks over at Kyra, who's just like college co-ed, drinking like crazy. People are cheering as she downs like 3 bowls of wine at once, and then is lifted up into the air by these 2 handsome, very handsome guys. And they kind of like hold her up like she's like a princess that's just won the homecoming. And they all 4 of them shake their heads in disgust. Did you know that as my friend, Sosilis, lay dying from wounds from that boar? Do you know what she said? Do you know what she said to me? She looked at me, right into my eyes, and she said, "What do you call a pig thief?" I was confused, because my friend Sosilis was dying, because our lives were in danger. I thought perhaps a servant of the Oracle, she would have some advice for how to survive this dangerous battle. But I was confused. I said, what? And she says, a hamburglar.
Not only has she betrayed your trust, but it seems that she is butchering the language as well.
What kind of word?
That is unfortunate. I am sorry for your loss.
Yes, you should be sorry. Your loss will come next. If you travel with that woman, you invite disaster. But you have a kind face and incredibly sexy eyes. I cannot resist them.
Well, thank you.
I will tell you all that I know about this boar. It has unusual powers. Its smell confuses the mind Its hooves destroy the land. It moves with an uncanny speed and strikes like a rock slide down from Mount Vulcan. It can summon, as if from thin air, more of its ilk to join it in battle. And the creature never stops fighting. Even when we thought it dead, it simply staggered back to its hoofs and continued the battle. In the end, we were forced to retreat. We could not even save the body
Anyone else who's,
of our friend
there?
Saucelus.
I can still
Oh.
hear.
Yeah, I can hear. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Everything okay? Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We can hear you.
Yeah. So he says we were not even able
I think,
to grab.
I think Maya Dom are still doesn't have audio. Like they can't hear anything.
Okay, it's back for me now.
Oh, okay,
okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So this guy with the rad haircut, he says we are unable to even grab the body of our friend Saucelus before we had to flee. We have been admonished by the priestess of Lutheria and promised that he will rise as a ghost to haunt us always. And they all look really sad. And you look over, and the priestess of Lutheria looks smug over at them, like, yeah, ghost coming for you. Ghost gonna fuck you up. You done goof now. So then this lady kind of throws up her hands and she says, so, it just got worse and worse. What started as a promising opportunity to meet with the Oracle and have our questions answered, instead has led us down a path of ruin. But the beast, it lives in a cave east of here. Several hours, but dangerously close.
How did you approach the beast?
We thought it would be wise to cull the population of pigs. So we spent several days trapping and hunting them. We were ill prepared for just how many swine have come under the banner of this beast. When we faced him in battle, he strode forth from his cave. And she kind of like closes her eyes and shudders and brought our destruction.
So you drew it forth from its cave.
Yes, the creature is proud, and it speaks. You need but call out, and the beast will face you.
Very clever. The magic that's being described, or the capabilities of this boar that are being described, does this sound like any particular, I don't know, imbuing of powers by the Titans on this creature, or is this just something totally outside of my realm of knowledge?
Give me a religion, a history, or arcana check, but all of them need to be blind, because if you get a real bad roll, I'll give you misinformation.
Okay.
All right.
Can I
So I
also
click on
do
here.
a history?
Yeah, you could also do any of those three skills. If you guys are overhearing this conversation, you could definitely try to pick up some better context clues. All right. Yeah. So, both of you know that there are such creatures known as legendary beasts, beasts of legends, great insert name of animal. These are creatures that are possessed of a divine spark, a small piece of divinity that has enhanced them beyond their normal capabilities. It is rumored that to the south of Mitros, there is a cave that was once used by worshippers of Sidon, where they would sacrifice people to a great hydra, and that over time the hydra was imbued with a divine spark from all of these sacrifices and became known as the Storm Maw Hydra. There is also legend about a golden ram that its fleece could be crafted into like super powerful magical items, flies around, being badass. So there's a number of these incredible creatures that live throughout the world. So this is not the first time this has ever happened. It'll certainly not be the last time it's ever happened. You also know that if these creatures are defeated and then sacrificed, the being you sacrifice them to will actually receive the divine spark from the creature. So the Titans and the gods look very favorably upon anyone who slays such a beast and then sacrifices its remains to them.
Would you say that this beast is fated?
Is this beast fated?
Is there a there's no bloops, but there's like bang bangs for us to know about those things? Are you gonna like?
Oh, this creature is most assuredly a legendary monster. Level 1 characters. Yes, this is most assuredly a legendary creature.
Pop.
Yeah. All right.
Another question. So,
Sure.
Assuming this is all correct information, so we would need to sacrifice the spore. We would be sacrificing it to the Oracle. Is that the expectation, or?
I mean, obviously the Oracle would really like that, but you could sacrifice to anybody you want. I mean,
That's a good point. What happens if you sacrifice? Like, if you sacrifice this to someone other than a god, does that person get that divine spark?
Only if they could benefit from such power. There's a chance that they might, drive them insane. They might blow up. If they can't handle the power, it could destroy them.
So if there's like a base NPC that we don't like,
I guess,
one
yeah.
of these beasts to that person, and then they just spontaneously explode.
Or they get divine power, and now we
How
have
about
to
that
use
priest
them.
of
know- You know that the Titans, especially, probably more than the 5 gods, the Titans especially, would be very upset to find out that non-deity figures were getting such sacrifices. They would be very upset. Kind of like,
Let's be honest, that's a big bad anyway. So like,
I mean, to you, they might seem like the big bad. These people are totally okay with Lutheria having a little shrine here. After all, this is a vineyard, and she's in charge of alcohol. People talk about Sidon. He's so strong. Have you seen his beard? It looks great. They like them. You gotta remember, none of these humans were ever alive during a war against the Titans. Like, the only war that they've ever heard about is a war against other humans, those shitty Aresians. Yeah. So, as far as they know, the Titans are cool.
And so they said the boar can summon more of its kind, and it never stops fighting. What was the first thing they said about it? I missed that.
It's very fast. It can destroy the ground with its hoofs.
The smell.
So, this smell that you were going on about with this boar.
Yes.
Tell me more about that.
When you smell the scent of the boar, it can drive you insane. It can make you confused. Yeah, this
Yeah,
this girl's
I'm,
like, if I had to do it again, I would definitely stick animal fat tallow up my nose so I could not smell the beast.
I was gonna say something like that. Damn it! All right.
And then,
So Andronicus was wandering overhearing this.
okay,
He was about to say, "What if we just take strips of rag dipped in vinegar or some such, and stick them in our nose so that we can't smell this smell?"
this lady looks at you and says, that is a good idea for the humans, but don't you breathe through your ears or your skin or your butt? She kind of like cocks her head, trying to figure you out.
When I am above water, I breathe through my mouth, just like any other human.
Hmm.
Close. Not quite. Oren sips his wine.
Any goatlings? You hear there's goatlings around or with the boar.
They all take a moment to spit on the floor when you bring up the goatlings. This one doesn't do a very good job of spitting, and it kind of dribbles down her chin as she just wipes at it angrily. Because this ain't a fucking movie, so sometimes things just don't go the way you want them to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they all say, yeah, goatlings are goatlings, but they are. I feel like they are along for the ride. They sense the great anger of this beast, and they want to be there for the destruction. They want to fan these flames. I believe that with the great boar defeated, the goatlings will retreat back to the old woods. This guy says, if we cannot dissuade you from going, perhaps I can ask a great favor of you. If you find the remains of Sosyliths, can you bring them back to us?
We will do our best.
I feel like our chances of success would increase if we just all went. Is there any rules against that? I suppose that would get you an audience with the Oracle as well. Is that not what you wanted?
This guy shakes his head and says, no, that evil woman, she made sure to tell us that we were the biggest screw-ups, the biggest failures, that no one would ever love us, that the Oracle will never speak to us.
I mean, do you believe her?
Yes, I do. And they all kind of nod solemnly. This one just starts weeping. She says, that woman, she did more damage to me with her hurtful words than the boar ever could have. And she just kind of like a snot bubble forms as she wipes it away.
Yes, quite a bit of mockery.
And this woman says, listen, we were going to leave tomorrow, but if you could bring us back the body of our friend, we will stay longer to see if you succeed. But we want nothing to do with that woman or her foul machinations. And she kind of glances over, and you see that they've set up like a limbo line, and they're all like doing like fucking limbo. And after each limbo, they're like doing belly button shots. Yeah. Honestly, it's disgraceful. How could the Oracle let someone like that represent her out in the field? I am ashamed.
That is indeed a good. If that's all, I suppose we'd best be on our way.
Okay. They nod at you as you begin to head out into the woods.
Are we still dead set on dealing with this tonight? I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, we've already taken a short rest, and it would take us a week.
I don't really get much out of those extra 7 hours, honestly.
Quick question.
It's not a question of time,
Yeah,
it's a question of ability.
I'm in the Oh, sorry, go ahead.
How does the like? There's like camping mechanics. How does that work if we're inside of like a sanctuary?
I mean, if you're in a sanctuary, you technically could do the camping mechanics. Yeah, you can technically do that stuff.
Because some of them gets you back like hit dice and stuff like that. So
Yeah, true.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Can we do some work, get some money so that we can buy a potion or two before we leave in the next 7 hours?
Hold on, I'm booting it up real quick. I'm booting up the camping rules right now. Booting up the camp. Our first camping. You haven't even left the fucking tavern yet. This is
There are trees. Look at these trees. There are trees.
Much like the completely mundane bard who is assisting you, I am here only to record and guide. So let me open this up.
Start setting up the tent.
You don't technically need to set up a tent, but you probably would be looked at unfavorably if you tried to like cook or brew stuff in a place where they sell things. It's like the game store, you know, where they're trying to make money selling candy bars. And you roll up in there and kind of bust out your food you brought from home. Mom's chicken salad sandwich. Like, no, that you got to eat that out in the parking lot. Don't come in here with that.
All right, start setting the tent up outside then. Find a nice stall.
or
Before we
if
go
like,
outside, Julian will redistribute the gold that was won earlier.
yeah.
Okay,
How about
fair enough.
can we spend gold to automatically succeed on these camping things?
Spend gold to succeed on camping. Is that a thing that's in there? I don't remember reading that.
No. But, like, since we're
oh,
here, instead of cooking, we buy food.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. That's fine. All right. So listen, here's what we got. You could do one of these things since none of you have to be a lookout because you're in a safe place. Let's see. As long as you are not bloodied, you could recover hit points using hit dice. So all of you could do that. It doesn't count against the one thing that you could do. You would regain any class features, blah, blah, blah. You'd recover from any magical burnout that you might have had. You could change out your quick slots. You could treat wounds to make sure that those lingering wounds are there. But you need to have something on your sheet that tracks how many lingering wounds you have. I meant to make lingering wounds the item. How fun is that, right? And then you could just drag them into your inventory and drag them out of your inventory as needed. But I did not get those made. So let me make a note to myself. Lingering wounds.
Hey, at least nobody got one on the first fight, right? So
yeah. All right. So setting up a camp. We can skip all this because you're not technically making a camp, and you don't need a lookout. All right, here we go. Cooking food. Basically, you can.
Hot meal one.
Yeah, you could do one of the things I'm about to list. You could eat an exceptionally good meal to get back one of your spent hit dice. You could drink some exceptionally good wine. You could purchase some exceptionally good wine to take with you. And if you drink it, you regain a spent hit die. So it's like a pseudo potion that will... It's a restorative, essentially. You could play some music to entertain people. And if you do so, one of the other party members who's in your audience could gain a point of inspiration. That could be handy. You could also tell a story, and then one of the audience members could gain a point of inspiration. You could repair an item, which you don't need to do. You could work on crafting, probably not the best move. You could play a game, and if you win the game, you gain a point of inspiration. Or you could spend your time meditating in solitude, which will also get you a point of inspiration. We'll say that at this current level, purchasing a restorative would cost you, we'll just say one gold, so 1 drachma.
Which is exactly what everybody earned from the fight.
There you go. This essentially represents an exceptionally fine flask of wine that refreshes you out in the field.
Is the meal to regain the hit dice immediately? Is that a goal as well?
Yeah, that essentially you're paid for the good stuff to get a meal so hot, so good, so spicy, or in your case not spicy, that it just fills you up, never lets you down, etc., etc.
But you can only do one or the other, not both.
All right.
Right. You can only benefit from one of these during the short rest.
Okay.
I spend money to make money. I'll slap my gold down.
I guess I'll slap a gold down to get one of the restoratives. Can I give somebody else that restorative too?
Yeah, if you want to purchase it to give it to someone else, that's fine.
I'll hold it, but just in case.
Okay.
I need to force feed somebody.
I would like to meditate for a point of inspiration.
All right. So in order to meditate, you need to make because that was not a pay to win. Give me a wisdom ability check.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
If I tell a story, is that charisma?
Telling a story would be performance. Yep.
Telling the story is
But don't you have to hear the story to get it?
yeah,
but if you're the one telling the story, you're giving inspiration to someone else.
I'll give it to somebody else then, and then later they can give it back to me because that's how inspiration works.
That's true.
All right. So what is the story that you tell, Andronicos?
I just tell a story of the time that I was a competitor in the Great Games and met my Minotaur friend, Tyken.
Okay. Go ahead, everybody. Not everybody. Go ahead, Andronicos, and give me a performance check using charisma. You tell an incredible tale of friendship, camaraderie, and the arena. Of everyone listening, who do you inspire the most?
Let's say Oren, because he's the other sort of martial.
Okay. Oren, you can't remember the details of the story. It was some kind of sports story. Maybe about a halfling named Rudy. You're not sure exactly what the story was about, but
I would have paid attention.
Oh no, you did. You paid really close attention, but you don't remember at all the details of the story. It's really weird. But it was about it was about friendship and sports. But you feel pretty inspired by it nonetheless. Andronicos, you see the glazed look on Oren's face and know that he has already forgotten your deeds.
I just sort of myself.
Wait, is that like a magical thing? Like would Sibo remember?
Yeah. All of you who heard Andronicos' story, you barely remember the details, especially the parts about Andronicos.
Okay, I'm deleting. That's why I'm deleting what I wrote down. Then. Okay.
All right. Anyone else doing the short rest stuffs?
It's an interesting story, Andronicos, but I have to say, as clever as that is, it's not nearly as much funny as the time that I nearly got a man killed because I hired them to make fun of Sibo. Remember that one? When I hired a man to dress up as a zombie and surprise you at one of the digs. Where was that again?
It was the Eastern Peninsula. I don't really want it. It was on a dig on the Eastern Peninsula.
Yes. So that was I guess that would have been the second dig. So Sibo doesn't like the undead. Particularly isn't fond of zombies. I thought it'd be funny if I hired one of the diggers, paid a little bit extra to dress up as a zombie and surprise him. Needless to say, you could hear the screams clear across the camp when he did jump out and surprise Sibo. Unfortunately, he took one too many Eldritch Blasts to the face, and we did have to resuscitate him.
We fixed him.
But that's not nearly as bad as the amount of money I had spent on fancy cheese for this little bastard because he held a grudge against me over it.
In hindsight,
all right,
very funny.
Give me a performance check with advantage for go the extra mile. Okay, it's good to get advantage. All right. Who did you inspire with that story? To give an inspiration point out.
I'm gonna inspire Maya.
All right, Maya, you were inspired by this tale of pranks and friendship.
Okay.
All right. So Maya got a restorative. Orin ate a hot meal. Story. So Siba, what do you do?
Actually, Siba would probably spend any downtime trying to comfort these people.
Oh, okay.
In some way, kind of trying to take their mind off of how they think Kyra's acting, and explaining, people grieve in different ways, and we don't know what, right? I know, but there's something about her that is sad. We just could never know what it is by the way she's acting, and that's her defense mechanism for whatever is bothering her. And kind of go into that kind of thing, and just say, take your mind off of that and mourn your friend, and don't hold a grudge against her that takes away from the respect you have for your fallen friend.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Go ahead and give me a diplomacy.
Hidden, right? Still?
No, you'd know if you did a good job or not on this one.
Cool. I guess I should ask diplomacy. Persuasion?
Oh, right. Persuasion. Yeah. Sorry. 5 editions of D&D in my brain.
Solid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They all kind of nod. Some disgruntled. Some seem to be affected a bit more than others. All right. With that, the hour is up. You hear a horrible air horn-like sound coming from the front of the tavern. Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
As I walk away, I say, she's sad. She's sad.
I have these 2 very handsome young men to guide us. So let's do this thing. This is Tanias. And this is Yavan.
Nice.
It's smoldering.
Yeah. He's sort of got a permanent smolder going on, so it's all good.
Smolder.
All right. Okay. Nice. All right. As you go to leave, the white-haired woman from earlier kind of runs up, and she says, "Small man,
Yes.
your words touch my heart. I would like to assist you in the retrieval of Sarsalis' body. I do not care if the Oracle will not see me, or if I am the biggest loser," she says when she looks at Kyra. And Kyra shrugs. She's like, "Hey, free help. That's fine. No one's gonna stop you."
Say that to them?
Did I? What? Listen here. Okay.
You actually call them the biggest losers.
Well, they couldn't all be the biggest losers. I just called Halise here the biggest loser. So.
You really need to work on your personal relations with.
Listen, she's a priestess. I mean, somebody died. Do the math. I was out of spells. I called out to the gods, and none of them answered.
Julian goes over and gives her a comforting hug.
Yeah, she just looks into your sexy eyes and then presses her face against your shoulder and weeps. These 2 guys toss their beautiful supermodel haircuts and begin to walk out to the woods.
Sibo whispers, "Person."
Julian just sort of gives him a look of shut up and waves him off.
You getting the
Alright.
animal fat on the road, or are we picking it up? Should I grab some animal fat on the way out?
Like off of the plates that were in there, kind of thing?
Yeah, or it'll
Yeah.
go around and gather them up, I guess. I'll grab a couple sticks of butter and shove them into my medicine pouch.
Great.
I grab a flask of vinegar from somewhere
Oh,
behind
that's
the
fair.
bar or whatever.
Do you know what vinegar is good for?
Oh,
What
now
is-
you know.
What is vinegar good for?
I like to take it bird brains, right? You can get these small birds and you can take their brains after they're dead, of course, and you can place them in a jar of vinegar and you're essentially pickling bird brain. It's delicious. You should try it sometime.
I think I'll just save it to put in our nose so we don't go crazy from the boar smell.
That's fair. That's a good use. That's a good use.
Tell you what, if there's any left over, I'll give it to you so you can pickle some bird brain.
I'm gonna try to pickle these leeches I just found.
You just found them?
I-
Nice.
I was just giving-
All right, the sky is still clear, and you walk out into the woods. The woods are not especially dense. They are very rocky and hilly in this area. And I'll change some music because we are no longer in the tavern.
Would I like recognize like where we're heading in these woods?
It was to the east.
You are heading east, and you are not heading into the old wood, which is a good decision.
Okay.
Because the old wood is a dangerous place for most people. All right.
Like the middle-aged wood.
Oh no, this is the old wood
Adol-
because it's like the oldest forest of the land, et cetera, et cetera,
All
et
right,
cetera.
but we're not going to the old. So are we going to like the
Adolescent wood?
middle-aged?
Oh, yeah. So basically, you are in the forested hilllands that represent the southern part of the Heartlands.
Okay.
The
So
area
the,
would
um,
count as if you're worried about terrain, it would be like hills and forest at the same time. It would be a dual type land in Magic: The Gathering.
Or what I call the
hill.
southeast.
The land type.
Oh yeah.
So the lady accompanying us, that's Helisa?
Elisa.
From the previous party? Elisa.
Yes. Yeah.
Lisa.
Should we all tie ourselves together with a rope so we don't get lost? Or
I never get lost. I always know which way is north.
all right then.
It's true. He keeps going on about it.
And I just point that way. That way's north. I just randomly do it. That way's north, by the way.
Does it seem like north?
I am trying my
Knock it off,
best
you know.
to load the next map, but it is not happening.
Oh no.
Oh, can you guys hear me? Am I disconnected?
Oh, yep.
I can hear
No,
you.
we can hear you.
No, we can
Oh,
hear you.
okay. All right. I'm trying to figure out why I'm not able to load you guys onto this next page. Hold on. Let me try refreshing.
Maya. Are you able to manipulate the earth as well as heal others?
A bit. If you're thinking about laying a trap for this great boar, I think we're thinking the same idea.
Yes, I don't like the idea of being gored on its tusks. I'd rather we prepare before we face off against this creature.
Nope. I think we got in.
Is it
Black
sending you guys
words.
over to a different map? All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So after, as you enter the woods, that you see that Tanias and Yvonne do in fact know their stuff. Let's see. As they kind of march you guys through the woods, they move with a practiced skill, leaving barely any trace of their passage, and pointing out to you dangerous footfalls, places where you might trip, that kind of thing. As the sun begins to set, there is a lush, mostly full moon It is a waning gibbous moon that provides plenty of light because of the clear skies. So even though it is getting dark, you guys should still be able to see pretty well. Up ahead, you hear the babbling of a stream. All right.
I don't see myself on camera.
Yeah, you gotta refresh.
Okay.
Look around, see if there's anything.
Are
Drink
you okay?
the water.
Okay.
You look very angry.
I forgot that it pops up a random one when I enter a new place.
Yeah, you guys should have already had minis on there. I don't know if they showed up or not.
Yeah,
I tried to
had
do
refresh
a
them to show up.
preload for you. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was there. I just had to refresh.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's suddenly freaking out. I think it's because it's trying to transition from day to night. All right. Here we go.
Andronicus is getting his game face off.
That's exactly how I spelled it. Cough. That's a lie.
All right, cool. All right, so she kind of like hangs back a little bit, probably doesn't go near Kyra. Kyra, unfortunately, also hangs back. She has her book out, her quill, and she seems to be just writing down everything that you guys do. So occasionally you hear her muttering to herself, then fair Julian got his nice shirt stuck on a bush. And she just scribbling away. Orin, the one-armed, chosen of Kentamane, got a bug bite. She's just like writing it all down. Nothing gets past her. Yeah.
Can we take a look around? See if there's anything.
Tanias says, hold. We'll need to cross the stream to get to the beast lair. There is sign of many boar in the area. Be careful.
All right.
Kyra's-
I'll take a look
Kyra's
around.
all the way
The
back
worst.
there. You could just talk to us normally now.
Wait, who could talk to who?
Oh, I said Kyra's all the way back there. You can just talk to us normally now.
He's just
Well,
always got the bedroom eyes.
Who, the guards? Or not the guards, sorry, the guides?
Yeah.
They're professionals. What are you talking about?
I just mean they don't have to seduce us.
Oh no, that's just how they always are. Tanias and Yvonne, they will guide you on many journeys. All right. Helise tries to keep up. Kyra kind of keeping up. She's very slow though. She's got like 10 speed, so it takes a long time for her to get places. All right. As you guys approach the riverbanks, you guys see bursting forth from the bushes on the other side some adorable little goat people. They are like if Sibo was a goat man and terrifying.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is the stuff of nightmares.
And they sort of cartwheel out of the bushes, and one of them takes his fingers and he does like the shocker whistle type thing where you put the two fingers in your mouth and you do like a loud whistle. And then the other one looks at you guys, turns around, and just starts shitting. Yeah. And so with that, the one that is shitting is going to hurl an insult at Andronicos and say, "You see what's coming out of my ass? That's you." So Andronicos, give me a wisdom saving throw. Oh wow. You are possessed of an anger, of a rage you've never felt before. Yeah. You have disadvantage all attacks. And attacks upon you have advantage. You are so distracted by your rage. But if you do manage to hit that goatling, it will automatically be a critical hit. Yeah. And as they are taunting you and shitting on the ground, you begin to hear more of them, and they begin to let out. Wait, what?
How deep is the water?
This stream definitely looks like you could easily wade, then swim across it. Yeah.
So
I
can swim.
and then I dive. In.
Okay, as you do, they definitely reach for their combat dice and they let out cackling laughs.
That's not creepy at all.
Oh boy.
Anyways, yeah, so
Yeah, so about enough.
yeah, so they just keep going like that. Let me roll y'all's into some initiative here. Hold on a second. Grab all stuff, right click, and I can't see it, but I think I'm hitting the button. All right. Oh yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Cool. All right. There should be a buttload of dice coming eventually.
Yeah, I see him.
I think they're just patiently waiting their turn. All right, let me go over here. I got mad at it resizing my boars, so I told it not to. But by telling it not to resize my boars, I also told it not to give them cute little adjectives. So I have no fucking clue which boar is which. So that's gonna be fun.
You took away the adjectives?
Just on those boars. Now I've learned my lesson. I'll have to just change the settings when I want to spawn things that are all going to be the same size. But hey, I've got all of these adorable goatlings. There's a pardonable goatling, prodigious goatling. There is a shrewd goatling. Let's see, unclassified goatling. He was a secret agent, but he's not anymore. There's unobserved, which makes sense because he's currently not here. Unobserved goatling. And I think there's a well-aware goatling. All right. I think that's all the goatlings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's 8 of them. My bad.
There's one more at the top.
Oh, is there? Architectural goatling. Thank you.
What?
That one got pushed to going to architecture school by its parents.
Yeah.
Aw, that's really sad. 1, 2,
He went
3.
to hell- he went to
Oh,
hell.
wait. There's an unaffected one too.
You see
Unaffected.
these pillars? These columns? These are columns?
Oh no, I'm having flashbacks right now.
Alrighty.
Oh shit, I
That's-
just figured something. I'm sorry.
That should be all of the goatlings. I have to roll all my initiatives in though, which are taking like 100 years. All right. It looks like Kyra the Bard won initiative, so she will start things off. She will say, "Yeah, you guys could do this. Believe in you. Yeah, you got it. Sibo, you're up."
Cool. Unpause.
Oh, right. Thank you for reminding me.
Swear. So, is this? That's my 25. Is that in water, or am I still like under the trees, or am I muted?
You can
No, I can hear you.
Yeah,
You are right at the edge of the water at that point.
Okay. I would like to take a shot with the Eldritch Blast at this
Okay.
guy.
All right. Yeah, 4 definitely hits him. He is blasted.
Oh, radiant damage. And I look over at Andronicus and I say, much better than a dagger, isn't it? And then I pass to Orin.
All right, Orin, it's
Alright.
you.
All right. Warren's gonna shrug off his Dungeoneer's pack. He'll hand it over to one of these dudes. So don't lose this. And then I'm gonna run and jump in the water, I guess.
Okay.
I guess it'll be half speed in the water.
Yeah,
Try
once you
not
get in the
to-
water, it'll be half speed.
Okay. That would 5, 15, 20. Okay, so I think I can get to here. Shrugging out of my bag. That'd probably be a full action, right?
Yeah, I mean, because it's a quick slot, right? So
Yeah, I can't quick slot the whole bag, yeah. Actually, I mean, can I quick slot the Dungeoneer's pack?
yeah, the
do it
pack
like
itself,
after
sure.
you?
Yeah, if you plan on picking it up and dropping it a lot, yeah.
Alright, yeah, I'll swap, instead of having the torch on the quick slot, I'll do the Dungeoneer's pack itself.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, I'll drop it and jump in the water after Dronicus. I will dash to get another 15 feet.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn. I'll pass it to Andronicus.
All right, Andronicus, you're up.
All right, I have a swim suit, so I don't give no shit about this one.
Nice, nice.
That being said, it takes never mind. Was it the guy in front that taunted me, or was it the guy in back?
It's the guy to the right.
Okay, so then yeah, I moved around here, but that's everything. That's my move, my action and my movement. Nope.
Okay.
Shit. Action to dash and my movement. That's what I was trying to say.
All
So that's the
right.
end of my turn.
The guy that taunted you, he looks at you, and then he looks down at the shit that he just made that's steaming on the riverbanks, and he looks over at the other one, and he's like, "Yeah," and the other one's like, and then he's like, and you have a feeling you know what he's gonna do. All right. Who do you pass to, Andronicus?
I will pass to Maya.
All right, Maya, to you.
Okay. So I'll run to behind Sibo.
Mm-hmm.
And then looking at the one across the river, I'll make a sling shot. at
Okay.
disadvantage.
All right. Do you use the top of Sibo's head as like a sniper perch? Like a.
Sure. Why
Okay.
not?
All right.
I stand incredibly still.
Dear God.
It does not work. Yeah. The stone just kind of ploops down into the river, and they all stop and look at it, and they all let out cackles of laughter. And then they point at you, and then this one pantomimes, like taking careful aim with like a slingshot, and then like firing, and he just falls down dead. He actually falls down prone to show how lame your attack was, and gives himself the prone status. They all laugh hysterically. You hear more laughter coming from the woods now.
All right. Well, I'll pass my turn to Julian.
Okay. Who do you pass to?
Julian.
All right.
All right.
Julian's going to come up next to Caesar.
Julian, what are you gonna do?
Oh, wait.
I'm going. Okay, so the one that was that one is prone, or the one that took a shit is prone.
What the hell?
All right. Which one are you shooting at?
Which
One's
one is
prone. Yeah, the one that has the little dude on him, like the little bent over dude, like, oh, my back, that guy. This one right here. You could zoom in with your mouse wheel. I don't remember the thing for laptop, but you can zoom really close in Foundry. I know this is kind of a bigger map, but yeah, 85 feet, no problem, no problem. What are you shooting with?
Well, it's
Oh,
6.5 to
maybe
the
it's-
other. I'm gonna shoot the one on the right with my crossbow. That'll be a
Oh, okay.
advantage since it's on 80.
all right. Oh man, yeah.
Right.
As you go to fire, like there's like a loud twang, and the arrow just kind of like somersaults forward and plops into the river. And when this one rolling on the ground already looks over, and what he sees how bad your shot was, just a geyser of urine comes out of his little penis, just right in the air. And then this guy's eyes go wide when he sees the piss come out. And then he just starts making weird gibberish noises, and he grabs his dick and he starts peeing at Andronicus. This one seeing that one pee on you gets pee in his own face, and he starts laughing so hard that he takes damage.
Does he drown himself?
No, he does take a point. He does take a point of damage and become bloodied.
Oh my god.
All right. Who do you pass play to, Julian?
Let's see. Who's left at this point? Is it our
A
ham?
shitload of goatlings are left.
Yeah, and then Tanias, Javan, and Helise as well.
If you give it to the enemies, then that way we can start the round off. Otherwise, it's going to be all the enemies because they'll pass to themselves, I guess.
That's true.
All right, I'm gonna pass it to the one right next to Andronicus then.
All right, the one on the ground or the one that's still standing and trying to pee on
the
him?
one on the right.
All right.
The one that's still standing.
All right, one hand still on his tiny dick. He reaches down and he grabs a steaming pile of his own shit and he tries to smear it on Andronicus. All right. This is going to be at a disadvantage because it is technically a ranged attack. An 18, you take 1 point of shit damage. Give you a strike save. Or your...
There's corn in it.
No.
Bludgeoning. Oh my goodness.
You'll do fine. You'll do fine. Oh my god!
Oh my goodness.
All right. So you're looking at him like, what is he even doing? And trying not to get pissed on, you don't see that with his left hand, triple disadvantage, he throws a clot of shit. It hits you right in the face. It gets in your mouth. There's the taste of boysenberries and hazelnut. As you are so taken by surprise, you slip in the mud, and you fall prone. At that point... This one begins to laugh so hard he has an asthma attack, and takes 4 points of damage, and becomes bloodied.
I mean, pretty soon they're gonna kill themselves, guys. We got this. We're fine.
Should I just swim back?
Let's just keep throwing
All
rocks
right.
in the water.
He passes initiative to this guy, since Andronicus can't interrupt, and then this guy staggers to his feet, wheezing, and he just throws himself on top of Andronicus, and tries to bite him. This is an advantage because you were prone. 17. All right, he starts trying to chomp on you, but he can't get through your armor. All right, at that point, he passes play to this boar riding one back here that comes bursting out of the foliage. With a mighty squeal, they begin heading towards you.
Boar is adorable.
Isn't it adorable? Look at this guy. Oh my god.
Look at the spittle.
So as the boar comes rolling up on you, it is going to use its charger ability. Let's see. If you move more than 20 feet a straight line towards the target, make a melee attack with advantage. On a hit, knock your opponent down. You're already giving advantage and already prone, but, you know, thorough. As it does, once again, your armor protects you as the pig begins stomping and beating the ground near you. This guy, he calls down to you and he says, "Something smells like shit!" Give me a wisdom saving throw, please, as he taunts you. Oh my god, it makes you so bad, Androgos. It makes you so fucking bad. Oh my god.
I think it's time to change that art.
All right, they're gonna pass play to these other ones that come bursting out of the foliage.
I'm mad right now.
All right. You looking pretty bad. You are looking pretty bad. As they see you get mad, the one that threw shit in your face, he takes his shit-stained hand, gives himself pink eye, and he starts pulling at his face to try to imitate the face you're making. The others see what an amazing job he's doing. The DM gives him an opportunity to do a performance check. All right, it is a perfect mockery of everything you've tried to do, and the others can't help but let out tiny giggles of laughter.
Jesus.
All right. So, more of the same. They run out and they try to gore you. They are not able to get through your armor. This pig rider from the back, as he's approaching, he's going to try to throw some shit at you. Yeah. Anyways, he misses you because he had disadvantage because you're prone. So you had that going for you. He's gonna pass play across the river, and you see another one come bursting onto the scene. This is the unclassified goatling +1, and they are gonna come barreling towards your party. Here we go. Oh, I can't drop waypoints if I'm moving more than one at a time. All right, so they're gonna come running up to this lady, your neutral guide, who is just there to guide you, and she's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm just here to guide you. What is this? They're by the river. Go by the river." And the thing is going to sling shit at her, and miss. And then the pig is gonna try to hit her and knock her down. It does. She takes 2 points of damage and she falls down. All right. She's already acted this turn. They're gonna pass play to their friends across the river. Not across the river. Across the clearing. They're gonna come rushing up. And they take a dash action to get to here. There we go. And then Maya, this one is going to shout out at you. Ah! Why do you wear a mask on your butt? So go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw. Because it's saying your face is your butt. So, okay. Anyways, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Brutal.
Oh, no. It makes you so fucking mad. Oh my god. This beautiful mask and your beautiful face are certainly not a butt, but you know now that maybe they kind of do look like a butt? Question mark? I don't know. And that is the end. Yeah, they're gonna pass play again. Wait, no, sorry, these don't show up yet. Okay. They're gonna pass play to Yvonne. Yvonne is gonna see that there's a pig here, and he was hired to kill pigs, so he's gonna roll up on that pig and he's gonna attack it. 1 and 2. He is able to kill the pig. All right. To keep things simple, I might just delete them because unlike Roll20, I can't move things to like the back, but we'll see. If it starts to get a little too crowded, we'll delete them. All right, he'll pass to Tadias. Tadias will rush forward and draw his bow, and from almost point blank, he'll take shots at this piggo that knocked down his employer. All right, yeah, he shoots the hell out of this piggo. It is Dunskies. All right, he passes play to this lady, Helise. She's going to step to here to kind of get away from both of them, and then she is going to use Sacred Flame on one of the goatlings, doing a pathetic amount of damage. All right, goatling will try to make it save. It does, letting out cackles of glee as the spell hits this pig instead, sending chunks of pig everywhere. The goatling lets it fall on him like rain and begins to rub it into his armpits. And I think that's all the bad guys and the good guys. So she'll pass play to Sibo for round 2.
Oh, sweet. All right. Well, interesting situation. I will get away from the water.
Okay.
That makes me feel good. All right, and I will. You said this boar is dead.
Yep, that boar's both the boars are dead. Both the goatlings are still going.
All right, I'll go after that goatling then with an Eldritch Blast.
All right. Oh yeah, 4 damage, 17. That is a hit. Let me.
Let's see.
I don't know if I'm reading this right. Oh yeah, wow. It dies. It only had 2 hit points.
Oh man.
It just explodes. Chunks of it go flying all over Kyra. She's just covered in gore. You see a shrewd look on Helise's face as she looks over at you and she gives you a nod of appreciation.
I nod back and say, "Everybody's sad about something," and then I pass to Julian.
All right, Julian, you're up.
All right. Julian will step forward and place himself between Maya and the remaining goatling, and he is going to cast Frostbite on the remaining goatling.
All right. The goatling readies its invincible saving throw. Oh, that's a good frostbite too. All right, here we go. Yeah, it cartoonishly freezes over, but is still alive somehow. But it is bloodied. All right. It's gonna definitely steal the initiative from you. Freezing. It's going to look at Yvonne and then lunge at him. Its goat teeth aimed for his ankles. Here we go. Yeah, it manages to bite him for 2 points of damage, and then, oh, not that much.
What goatling
damage.
is that? Sorry, I'm trying to.
That is unobserved.
No, it
goatling.
doesn't set disadvantage on the next weapon attack.
Oh,
Or is
you're
the
right.
teeth
You're
not
right.
Or is
Yeah.
the teeth not considered a weapon?
No, it's definitely a weapon. My bad. I thought that was the one that slows him down. Okay. Yeah, so as it goes to bite him, he's too slow and too cold, and he just sort of rolls around on the ground. And then, sad and defeated, he just lays down and starts to suck his thumb. All right. He is going to pass play to someone else. He'll shout over across the river. All right, across the river. This piggo is going to try and stomp Andronikos, who's on the ground. Here we go. That is a critical hit. You take 4 whole damage. All right, would you like to interrupt, Andronikos?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand up.
With the boars, if anybody's tracking, just mark off any old boar. I'll keep track of which ones I've activated.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah. I learned a valuable lesson about not having the adjectives. All right, Andronikos, you gonna stand up?
Spin myself around like you can do. But,
Oh, you hold down Shift and use the mouse wheel. There you go. Yeah. Yep, that's what it. Yep, that's how it works. Yep.
He's dancing to music right now.
Okay.
all right. So after I do that, Am I still pissed at which ones am I pissed at? Because I'm pissed.
Now
at 2
you're just
currently.
pissed. You're pissed at all goatlings in existence now.
Okay,
You're just
so I'm
pissed
just
yeah,
pissed at goatlings in general,
yeah.
but not at boars.
Not at boars. They're too cute and sweet. They're just hanging out with the wrong crowd.
They are pretty fucking cute. Okay, I'm gonna move to right here then, and then I'm gonna attack one of the goatling riders.
Okay.
But then this is a disadvantage. But if it hits, it's a crit. Is that right?
Yep.
All right.
An 11 actually hits.
Yeah, buddy.
How does he die?
I just tried it through his head.
Okay. All right. As you do, your blade is actually stuck in his brain. As you lift the blade back up, you drag his childlike body with it, and it just sort of ragdolls around as you move the weapon. Noticing that.
Bludgeoning weapon from now on. Then.
All right. Noticing that you're doing that, they all begin to laugh uproariously, and they have not seen something that funny in a long time. All right. Who do you pass play to then?
I'll pass it to his Siba on this turn. Yeah, Siba already went. I'll pass it to Maya.
All right, Maya, you're up, and you are pissed.
Okay, so is this within melee range of the goatling?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna run up to here.
Mm-hmm.
Grab my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Activate Shillelagh. Smack the goatling right on the head.
Yeah, 19 because he's prone. His head just kind of caves in.
And then, hearing the satisfying crack, Maya lets out a sigh of relief.
Okay. The anger fades. Who do you pass play to?
Julian.
Okay, Julian, you're up.
Wait, Julian goes.
Julian's gone. He's gone.
Oh, okay.
Orin.
You got Orin and all the NPCs.
All right, I'm
All right.
coming. You ready for this turn? All right, I'm coming. All right, there we go.
All right.
I put my head above the water. Oh, do I get to it? Yeah, it has to be in the water. Yeah, so I dashed.
Yeah. All right.
I get my water up, my head above the water. I was like, "Don't worry, I'm coming. Just hold them off. Almost there." And then I'll pass it to. Should I go enemies or NPCs? Enemies probably.
All right. You gonna pass the enemies?
Well, what do you guys think?
I
Enemies?
guess if we pass it to enemies, then NPCs can pass it to us next round.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think
I'll pass.
they're not going to get over there to him, so you might as well, just let that thing happen.
I'll give it to Shrewd Goatling then.
All right. Shrewd Goatling is going to, having done a perfect impersonation of Andronicus, is going to pick up a stick, smear it with some shit, and then pretend he is sword fighting with Andronicus. So this is an ankle biter attack, but it's just going to be, with a stick. Here we go. 9 does not hit. All right. Sad, disappointed. He is going to hit his friend with the stick instead to activate his turn. He hits his friend for 2 points of damage. His friend looks at him and looks like a little hurt, and then starts to laugh maniacally and lunges for Andronicus' ankles. And misses. All right. He will pass to the pardonable goatling. The pardonable goatling will look at you and say, "Why your face so? Your face vagina." And then they all kind of start laughing because he said vagina. Go ahead and give you a wisdom saving throw. You're bound to make this one.
I am proficient.
There you go. Yeah, no problem. All right. They're going to pass to Agricultural Goatling. Agricultural Goatling is going to take out his tiny bonsai plants. He has raised it from a seedling. He tends to it every single day. It's in a pristine pot. It's beautiful. You can tell that he works really hard on it. He's gonna take it. He's gonna shit on it. He's gonna throw it at you.
Oh my goodness.
All right. It hits your shield? Question mark.
Yeah, I just fucking batted out of the air.
Yeah, it just shatters. There's a 15-minute long montage of him raising the plant that you are forced to watch.
Unskippable cut.
Yep. Yeah, you hit that triangle button so hard, but it does nothing. This one tries to rut against you with its tusks, but your armor and shield, you're basically fending off this whole pack of goatlings and pigos. They will pass to the other ones that are off screen. Here we go. They appear and begin charging. These creatures are basically suicidal, it seems.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. And they will rowdily call out to their allies over there, who also come bursting out of the underbrush, and they come rushing to the scene. All right. They will pass play to Kyra, who picks herself back up off the ground and looks very, very disappointed at how things are going. And she backs away and takes the dodge action. She will pass to Halise, who will once again try and hit one of the goatling riders. No, one of the pigos with Sacred Flame. And do minimum damage. Biggest loser. It is what it is.
At least she's consistent.
Yeah. Here we go.
Poor Elise.
And the pig
Unlike
makes
a
an
certain
amazing save.
bard we know.
makes a great save. All right. And then she's gonna pass to Tadias. Tadias is going to be like, I'm not in melee yet, and he's gonna take a shot at the pig. Nice. And he's gonna take a shot at the pig again, and the piggo is done. All right. He'll pass to Yvonne. Yvonne will take out his trusty short sword, aka a Zyphos. And what are you even stabbing, bro? There's nothing around. They're all dead. Oh, sorry. He'll run up here. A 9 does not hit the pig. And then he'll take another sword swing. And hit the pig for 4. All right. They will pass to Sibo.
All right. Seeing that there's not much left over here, Sibo will attempt to assist on this side. I'll go for this boar.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
All right. You blast that boar, and it lets out a squeal and falls over dead. Oh, hold on. I think I have a squeal for this. Hold on. There we go. Falls over dead. You murderer. All right.
And I will pass to Orin and cheer him on. You're doing great!
Yeah, I'm going for it.
All right, Orin, to you.
Hey, I swam this whole river in like 12 seconds.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's
All right, I'm gonna
definitely...
I'll get to right here, then I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna chuck my spear.
All right. It's every action movie where the dude steps out, like emerges from the river with the spear ready to throw. The water just
Going.
glistening. Yeah.
Going for that pig on the right there.
Okay.
Let's go, come on.
This pig's name is Stuart.
No.
All right. As you look at Stuart and your eyes lock, you hesitate. The spear goes wide of the mark. Shrewd Goatling sees your weakness, and he looks at you and makes. He opens his mouth, and he just issues forth.
As is customary. All right,
The
I'll
DM
pass it
grants
to-
him a free performance check.
Oh shit.
All right, it's
Pretty
pretty
good.
convincing. It's pretty convincing. All right, maybe
All right,
he's a
yeah.
cute pig too. Maybe you should kill him. I don't know. Who do you pass to?
I'll pass it to Andronicus.
All right,
Pull my
Andronicus.
string back.
Waist deep in dead goatlings and pigs. What are you going to do?
I'm in full on fucking rage mode right now. So is this guy dead? Is that what that X means?
Yeah, it should be dead. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that's the agricultural one, so I don't know how he managed to throw that at you if he's also dead. No, he should not be dead. Yeah.
Is there an agricultural and an architectural?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Agricultural's not in here. I'll add him.
Okay. No. It was architectural. Sorry. Yeah.
What is going on?
All right.
Where's industrial?
I'm still real
Here,
pissed at ghosts. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to stab this goatee boy right here.
All right,
Well, I
it
guess I still have a ghost.
It
No,
grabs
'cause
the
isn't he
X.
the one that
He throws the X away. He doesn't give a shit about following the rules. He throws his X away and he bleats at
wasn't
you.
that the one that I killed and then had stuck on the end of my trident?
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna swing
All
his
right.
dead body into this one.
Oh, very nice. All right, go for it. Oh wow, yeah. As you hit that guy with that guy, they both sort of explode like a bad guy in Baldur's Gate 1 or 2. Like just body parts just fly everywhere. It makes like fireworks sounds, and you look over and you see Shrewd Goatling and Unaffected Goatling are just sort of watching, their eyes wide with wonder.
Wow, you unaffected goatling.
Yeah. All right. Since the people you killed can't steal initiative, who do you pass to?
This music.
I'll pass to Julian this time.
All right, Julian, back across the river. What are you up to?
It worked once before. It may work again. I'm going to reach out and cast Frostbite on the remaining goatling on our side.
Okay. There's 2 remaining goatlings, prodigious and well aware. Okay,
The one on the right then.
well aware will try his best. Here we go. His best is good enough. As you do that, he takes out a small wooden cup that he just whittled, and he collects all of the ice from your spell. And then he forms it into a little, like, cone at the top, like a little dome, and then he pees on it. And he doesn't break eye contact with you the whole time he's making this yellow snow cone. Never breaks eye contact with you.
I don't break eye contact either.
Okay. Established dominance. All right, who do you pass to?
Maya hasn't gone yet this turn, has she?
She has that.
She has that.
I'll pass to Maya.
All right, Maya, you're up.
Let's see. Which one was the one that was making the snow cone?
This guy, well aware, just made a snow cone, and he's
Okay.
eating it. He's actually eating it right now.
All right, so I'm gonna.
He sees you eyeing his snow cone, and he offers it to you. Yeah. He like kind of hands it out to you, a look of friendship on his face.
Cave in his bloody skull.
Oh. Oh, sorry. What? What did you say?
So I went. I tried to sling the snow cone into his head.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you actually hit the cone, and it shatters. And he takes, instead of the normal bludgeoning damage, he takes 4 points of psychic damage since you destroyed his snow cone. He is bloodied.
All right.
And he is enraged.
Okay, and then I'm gonna move away, back up.
All right. As you enrage him, he makes a horrible like roaring sound, and you watch as his muscles swell, and he embiggens.
Whoa!
Oh,
What
no.
the hell?
Oh no.
Yvonne screams in terror.
I guess I'll pass to the other goatling that's over here.
Okay. Prodigious Goatling?
Yeah.
Alright, Prodigious Goatling looks at his friend confused. He looks at his own stat block. We don't have that ability. Prodigious Goatling jumps down. He takes his hand. He pretends to put on a glove, and then he stuffs it right up the dead boar's ass. He pulls a steaming pile of dead boar shit out, and he throws it at Helise. It misses. Alright. She manages to duck just out of the way as the steaming, bloody shit flies past her. Alright. Frustrated. He's gonna pass play to the giant goatling. The giant goatling is going to try and pick up Javan and throw him, I don't know, into space. So here we go. It's going to be an athletics check. Will Javan be able to beat this? Who knows? We're going to find out, though. He's going to try to get the hell out of the way. He does not. The goatling picks him up and it just flings him over there. Yvonne falls prone, and the goatling lets out another ferocious roar.
That's much less into space than was promised.
Yeah, look, he's got like a 6 strength. He's trying his best. He lets out a ferocious roar that sounds like snow cone, and he starts making his way towards you, Maya.
Oh no!
Oh my
Smashing.
God.
All right. At this point, he will pass play to... Shit, is anybody left? I guess he's got to pass play to the... All my other guys are dead, right?
Yeah.
There's a couple of dudes over here on the side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Unaffected and Shrewd. All right. Unaffected looks to the river and cocks its head and says,
you're the... I know you. I know you.
oh. And he points to the Shrewd one. The Shrewd one looks over at Orin.
Oh.
And they both let out wild screams of joy, and they begin to sling shit at you, Orin. There's a disadvantage because they are in melee with Andronicus.
Shit, you're outing Orin as a
Oof.
goatling in the first fucking step.
Those
All
are
right,
both gonna miss.
those are
I
both
stand
gonna miss.
proudly in ankle-deep water as the shit slides off my shield.
Fair enough. They gotta pass play to... I guess they gotta pass the NPCs now. No, there's Pigos. They're gonna pass to this Pigo. This Pigo's gonna rush up and attack Yvonne, who's down on the ground. That's advantage, so that's gonna hit. Yvonne takes 2 points of damage. Alright, then it's gonna pass to Yvonne. Yvonne's gonna stand up. He's gonna brush himself off. He's gonna stab this pig. He's gonna stab it again. And he's gonna kill this pig. Because that's his entire purpose in life, is to kill pigs. He will pass to Tanias. Tanias will stand in front of this lady, and he will fire his bow, looking all Legolas while he does so. Alright. 2 arrows enter the goatling, and it dies. Alright, he's gonna pass to... I think that's everybody at this point. Oh yeah. It's Kyra. Kyra's the goddess of music.
Kyra.
Kyra's gonna move up so she can get a better look at what's going on here. She's gonna be like, Helise, just so that I'm clear on this, both of your spells did minimum damage, right? I just want to make sure that I've recorded this. And they were both resisted anyways. I just want to make sure I have accurate documentation of your second attempt at trying to do this. Okay, I'll pass play to Julian, because he's got those dreamy eyes. Or so they say.
No, my eyes are truly dreamy, and Kyra, be nice to her. Alright, I'm not melee with this goatling, am I? Now that it's begin?
No, it's only a medium-sized creature.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I'm gonna try and... these things we do is a weird shit, literally.
Yeah.
So...
They're beings of chaos. I don't know what to tell you.
Ah, crap. That was a weak frostbite.
Yeah. He likes snow cones. So as you go to do that, he's going to try to make a save. But he does not. He does not. So desperate for Snowcoat, he opened his mouth so that you could shoot your frostbite load in there. All right. He takes 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to stand my ground next to Maya and pass play to Maya.
He laughs at your pitiful damage. It is nothing to him. All right, Maya, you're up.
All right. I'm going to, I guess, shillelagh him in the face.
Okay. All right. You hit him in the face, and there's a sound of a balloon popping. And you and Julian are just covered in guts and gore.
I look towards Julian and give a sigh of relief.
Julian, as Maya looks to you, you see that the goatling's penis is stuck to her mask.
I gingerly reach out with a free action and remove it and throw it on the ground.
Okay, Maya, apparently one of those leeches got out of the healing kit and was hiding on your mask, but it has been removed. Julian is a gentleman.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
And I'll pass to Oren.
All right.
Oh, it's my time, I see. Oh,
As you
Oren.
approach, these two goatlings look at you with their eyes wide like they're seeing a celebrity.
It's really him. It's really him.
I'm looking at Joggers. I don't know these guys. I don't.
Yeah, he does. He knows us. He knows us.
I'm lying.
We're
Stab
with
one
this
of them,
guy. This
Quick
guy's
slot
on
dagger.
a... Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The one that's talking is getting stabbed.
All right. All right, you slit his throat.
Shh. Quiet now. Move
All
here to
right,
give you
this
advantage.
one says,
I would expect nothing less than the chosen of Lutheria. Great job.
Really, I don't know these guys.
all right.
Hey, you're in like a blood frenzy right now. You're probably all right. I'll pass to Andronicus.
I turn to this guy and do that creepy fish streak thing,
Okay.
and then just stab him.
Okay. Do I need to get a sound clip for next time for your fish scream?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, your fish scream shatters his tiny bones. He dies.
Am I not fish anymore since all of the goats around me are dead?
Yeah, you recover from your rage. You still taste hazelnuts and boysenberries in your mouth, but
Oh,
you know,
God.
it is what it is.
Eating shit goes? Like, literally having it taste like boysenberry and hazelnuts. It's not too bad.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that the creatures this adorable could have such adorable shit, but it's just a whole package. So the whole package. All right, this pig, you could tell that this pig is just stoned out of its fucking mind. Like it has no idea where it is or what's going on, but it is ready to wreck shit. I mean, it hasn't even noticed that the rider's missing. Like that's how out of it is. Who do you pass play to?
I will pass to Sibo.
All right.
Get a good little angle here. Let me try to under the tree right by Orin at the
Okay.
Okay, all right.
All right. With one sad oink, this pig who is down for anything just falls over dead. I feel like a shock DJ with my little soundboard. It's so fun.
You
Okay.
kind of are, but it's awesome.
So that is that. That is that. All right.
Creatures are clearly not of sound mind. Time to swim back, you know how they do. No way we want to be on this side of the river, right?
Yeah, that is actually the goal, was to get to where you are.
They better bring my bag.
All right, so out of combat as the time begins to tick by again. The hunters check on their employer, see if she's okay. Disgusted, Halisa just kind of walks away over to you guys to see if you guys are okay. And yeah, I think at the end of that fight is where we'll end it with, as you do, off on the other side, because Sibo could tell you that the top of your computer monitor is actually east. Mixing it up so that you feel like your keyed mind wasn't totally wasted. You hear a tremendous bellowing oink coming from off in the distance. Yeah. Wow, it seemed like it was a lot cooler when I picked that one out. I don't know. But you hear a loud, kind of lazy oink coming from the east, as if issuing a challenge to any who would dare face it.